broken arms, shattered dreams. Roots are growing all around. Bugs are crawling in your ears. You may not ever learn. It wasn't supposed to go like this. The real reason you left me here. Kill off all your last years. You keep on running.
Hello everyone. Just in a couple more minutes and we'll be starting this stream off.
Shattered dreams. Roots are growing all around. Bugs are crawling in your ears. You may not ever learn. It wasn't supposed to go like this. The real
Hello everyone. Welcome to my second ever live stream. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started now. I'm going to go ahead and flip to my webcam. There it is. If you can hear me in an echo right now, it's because I'm just checking my stream on my other computer to see how everything looks. But hello to everyone who's here. Please say hello in the chat. Let us know you're here. And it's looking good so far. I'm just looking at myself on my other computer and listening, and it looks pretty damn smooth. So I'm good with that. I'm cool with that. All right. Awesome. Glad you guys are here. So, yeah. I'm just going to wait and see if a couple more people show up or not, or what's going on. But wow, this is really distracting. I need to switch my windows around here so that I'm not looking at a delayed version of myself. There it is. Yeah, so actually, no, that doesn't make any sense because I want to look at the chat, which means I need to put that over there and this over here. There we go. The problem with having dual monitors right there. Well, it's good to see you guys. Say hello in the chat. Let me know who's here. Les 10, good to see you, man. I know you're one of our new recruits here to San Andreas' finest. And hello, Josh Sparks, and hello, Firefighter. There's a name. I like that. So there's a couple of you here. I'm just waiting to see if there's a couple more show up. Basically, I'm going to be addressing a couple things here. There's some awesome things that have been going on. One of which is just the amount of subscribers that suddenly came out of nowhere while I was on vacation. I was not expecting that, and I come home and I have just so many of you now, and you're still coming. I'm getting like 1,000 subscribers a day. It's amazing. I've never seen something like this, in a while. It's really cool. I'm really happy you guys are all here and hanging out with me. So yeah, we'll see how many people show up here for this. I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes before I start addressing things, and we're gonna have a good time. And maybe later we'll play a game while I'm live streaming because I want to see how well my internet does with this. Toro, my man, how are you? Good to see you there. Toro is one of those folks who's been probably role-playing with me for quite a long time, actually. Yeah, since probably one of the original GTA clans I've been in, actually. And hello, Caden. I believe that's the Caden No, that's probably not the same Caden. It doesn't look right. Maybe it is. I don't know. And James, hello. I think I said that already. Thank you for being a new sub. I appreciate that. Again, thank you all for being here. We'll see who else shows up tonight. But yeah, so just... So basically, yeah, okay, it is you. I wasn't too sure because I couldn't link up if it was you from the same person or not. But yeah, so I went on vacation this week, as some of you know. And while I was on vacation, some interesting things happened, and one of which was I left here with 1,800 subscribers, and then I come home and I have over 4,000. Now we're pushing 7,000, and it's growing. And you guys have been coming out of everywhere, and it's fantastic. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you enjoy my videos. This is why I do it, and I'll get into more as to why I do that, why I make my videos and everything. James, hello. Thank you. I'm glad my videos make your day better. That's actually why I do it. I was just getting to that. That's perfect. The reason I do YouTube is because I want to make people's days better. I want to bring a smile or even a laugh if some of you find me funny. I mean, I don't always find me funny, so if you do, that's great, or you just have a low standard of humor. I don't know. But yeah, it's great. Toro, my vacation was fantastic. A couple hiccups here and there, and actually I had to end up cutting it short early, but you know what, it's not a big deal. It was for very good reasons, and that's fine. But yeah, so it's whatever. But I was at, if you guys didn't watch that video, I was at a wine festival up in the Finger Lakes of New York. There was a lot of wine tasting. I went to a couple distilleries as well, so there was some hard liquor involved, tasting of those. Never had straight gin before, but wow, that stuff is strong. I'll tell you that much. Hello, Ghosty, sup? Well, good old stream here that we're going to be doing tonight. I'm hoping you guys will hang out with me. I'm having a bit of a drink here. This is actually a hard cider from one of the places I went to up in the Finger Lakes, and it's a hard apple cider with vanilla flavored to it. It's very, very good. So I have a couple of those that I might be having just to keep my my voice lubricated. And great, I'm glad, Gamer Pro, that you applied for SAF dispatch. Anyone who is applying to SAF right now, which is San Andreas' Finest, which is the clan I'm in, keep in mind that because of the influx of subscribers I have and suddenly everyone applying, it's just there's so many of you that it's all good and everything, but we're working on getting through all of your applications, and the people who will be, going through those applications and training you, coincidentally, are also on vacation. So that's fine. We're gonna get to that. It's not a big deal. Just be patient with us, and then we'll get you guys going. Hey, Fat Mouse. Yes, you can absolutely have a shout out. There it is. And Firefighter, have a good time at work, and we'll see you another time, of course. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. So basically SAF is not the name that you guys know, because I was formerly a part of a clan called Rapid Response, and for reasons I'm not going to get into, I am no longer with Rapid Response, and quite a few people that were also there, some familiar voices that you guys have heard. They are also no longer with Rapid Response, but we are now in SAF, which is San Andreas' Finest. It's a roleplay community, and right now we're doing some things. My mic is broken. My mic is broken, or your mic's broken? Which mic's broken? Am I right? Can you guys hear me? Is it cool? I hope you guys can hear me, because, man, that would really suck if I've been talking this whole time. No, I know you can hear me because I heard it on over here a minute ago. So anyway, so SAF is our new community, and we have a lot of great things in store for you guys, and there's just so many of you that are coming in, which is fantastic, and I promise we're going to be getting to all of you. But yeah, some of the people that you would know the voices of, over from Rapid Response who are over here with us, Justin Womack, Duckman, Trooper Stark, which you guys are loving, by the way, in our Rebel Brotherhood videos that we're doing. So that's fantastic. Let's see, what do you got here? Do you think when you are a cop next time you could use a Tennessee State Trooper Cruiser? I was thinking about it. So with SAF or any of the 5M being the mods we use to play GTA Online the way that we do, we have a set types of cars and set vehicle graphics on the cars and uniforms. Everything they're set. They're gonna stay that way for quite a while, and then we'll eventually change them up when we feel like it. But we're gonna keep them for a couple months at a time, and get use out of those skins and whatnot. But when I do LSPDFR again, which is coming up, I'm working on getting my LSPDFR back up and going so I can start doing those episodes again. I'll definitely be looking into doing more different states and whatnot, and taking requests, which is hard to do because it's a lot of setup to when you're taking requests and stuff. But with ELS, the way cars are made now with ELS, it's a lot easier to change out cars and uniforms and stuff. So we'll be doing that eventually. Paul Mazu asks, do I do live streams? Well, besides the one I'm doing right now, I am eventually going to be doing some live streams on Twitch, but don't worry, my YouTube's not going anywhere. It's just that I will be doing some live streams on Twitch and then uploading those archived videos to here, but I'm still going to be doing pre-recorded and edited videos like I've been doing here and uploading them here. So I'm just kind of broadening my horizon, because that's the thing I love about live streams when I watch other streamers, is they get to communicate with their fans. I don't have that other than the comment section below. I want to be able to talk to you guys. So this is a fantastic way of doing it, and as you can see, we're doing it here. Watching episode 30 of Fire. Yeah, episode 30 is blowing up. That's at like 70,000 views right now. That's my most popular video out of nowhere. Yeah, Tennessee and just Kentucky. Yeah, I could do that at some point. If those skins are out there, I believe they are. Can I do fire and rescue again? Yes, eventually I will. Now, the thing a lot of people have been asking, so basically, the fire department was a department we had in rapid response early on, and then because of the shortage of members we had at the time, we actually would always pull people out of the fire department to be cops or civilians, either way. And then it just kind of became more of a normal thing to be one of those two and not the fire department. So we kind of got rid of the fire department. But now, since SAF is a new community that we're part of, and there's been such an influx of people who are interested in fire department, and of course, because those seem to be the most popular videos on any of our channels right now that have done FD, we're going to be looking to bring it back. It won't happen right away, but when it does, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But we're in the talks of it right now. We're just trying to get everything else organized. So there's just give us some time, and then eventually we'll do that, because I enjoyed it. It was fun hanging around the firehouse and then going out to calls and not dealing with the what do you call it, the all the police related stuff or being a civilian stuff. Like it was fun because there was so much hijinks around the firehouse, and me as a real life firefighter, it was fun to get into like this fictional and part of it. It was so much fun to do something like that I've done in real life and do it in a fictional world where you could kind of get away with more stuff. Look at that car, it's a big lime. I know exactly which episode that was. Let's see. Necro says, do you think hang on, I'm not going to talk politics. Sorry, man. I appreciate you asking a question like that. I don't really discuss politics. I tend to keep stuff neutral on my channel, because the purpose of my channel is not to get into political stuff and whatnot, and political discussions and debates, and definitely not arguments. Debates and arguments are two different things, but I don't even like debating. The purpose of my YouTube channel is to bring happiness to other people and to entertain people, and I really try not to get into heavier discussions that could just I'd rather not. That's why I don't get into it. And I shy away from like role play that gets into topical or political things like that. I try to avoid that. How long have you been with Rebel Brothers? Well, we formed Rebel Brotherhood. It was myself, Justin, and Duckman who originally formed it, and we brought Stark into the fold because he was really like somebody who does what we do. But that was something we were doing on the side from Rapid Response, and now it's kind of like it's our thing. We get to do it differently. It's stuff that we can do differently from the roleplay communities where it's much stricter. It's more of a fun thing, doing Rebel Brotherhood. I haven't played with Polecat yet, but him and I have had a couple conversations in the past, and we've agreed on a couple things, and we've corresponded on a couple ideas that we're looking into doing in the future at some point. But around the time we were talking about that was when 5M came out and really became a big thing, and private servers became a really big thing. And he kind of went back to DOJ, which he had been in before, but he kind of separated from for a while, and now he's like full-time back with them. So that kind of happened. I kind of happened with the clans I was in, the communities that I was in, and we kind of haven't gotten back together yet, but we got some stuff that we can do that's might not be Grand Theft Auto related, but it'll be something different. What else? I saw another question here just now. No, I will not be joining DOJ because I am with SAF. The Polecat should join SAF. Hey, you know what? If you wanted to come in for a little while and do some guest stuff with us, that would be awesome. I know I think he'd really enjoy what we do here, and that would be pretty good. Do I watch twerk videos? That has got to be the best question I've been asked all night. No, I do not. I do not want. I have not had enough of this to drink. No, sir, I do not. I'm not sure why that was interesting, why you need to know that, but no, twerking is really not an interest to me. I really don't. It's yeah. Moving on. Oh, my microphone, sorry. Do you know what the next Brotherhood episode is? Hopefully soon. One of our members of the Rebel Brotherhood is on vacation right now. Another one is working real hard. I was on vacation. So this week we're going to be getting together and recording some videos. They should be out this week as well. So yeah, I do have some other videos that'll be going out in the meantime. I have a kind of I guess a bloopers video that'll be coming out later this week of some stuff that never made it into full episodes. My microphone is not a Blue Yeti Les 10. It's a Audio Technica, and the model number, if you want to know, is a ATR 2100-USB. You can see it right here, what kind of microphone it is. And it's a USB microphone. I don't have the other connection in there, but, you know, it is what it is. Is State coming to SAF like it was in Triple R? If so, how will trials work? Okay, cool. So, yes. Yes, there is a state police. Justin Womack is running the state police. I am one of the higher ups in that as well. There is a sheriff's department as well, which is run by Duckman, also known as Sheriff Duckmeyer. If you guys haven't seen his new uniform, you'll understand it, and hopefully you'll understand the reference as well. But yes, that is the thing. What fire department do you work at? I don't go into details on that just because I like to keep my personal life personal. But it is a volunteer fire department. And actually, I'm no longer with that department. I'm currently inactive as a firefighter. However, I did do it for going on 7 years at that point. And I was a first lieutenant for a time as well. Okay, Necro, if you know what I just said, and if you keep it up, I'm going to kick you out of here. So, lay off the political questions and, stuff like what you're saying there. Let's keep it to, my channel, or if you have any personal questions for me or whatever, if you don't mind. So anyway, bye, Josh. Have fun dyeing your hair, and hopefully I'll see you in another live stream. So, yes, what else we got going on here for questions? Thank you for subscribing, Destiny Gamer 200. I do appreciate that. I'm sorry if I don't see all of your questions, but I just saw when I had to scroll up here for. Have you ever considered using old-fashioned police cars at 80s? And if so, what's your favorite old-time police car and why? Oh, nice one, James Vaughn. Okay, that's... Okay, so I love old police cars. The Polara is definitely one of them. But man, I can't even think of the name of it, actually, to be honest with you. I really love old police cars, though. I've always wanted an old car, but an old police car would be cool too. It's hard to pick, though. I hate to say it, and people are going to give me shit for this. The Crown Victoria. It's an old car. You gotta admit, it's an old car at this point. That's why it's been phased out. It's no longer in production. It's been around for quite a while, but I gotta admit, it is still one of my favorite cars. But going further back than that, there are some really old cars that are really nice. But Polara is the only one I can name right now. I can't think of anything else, actually. That really sucks. So anyway, what else was I gonna say? I was going to... Oh, yeah, speaking of older cars, that was something that the Rebel Brotherhood and I were discussing as well, was using some of the non-ELS old car packs in our server, so that when we we do our Rebel Brotherhood patrols or TRB patrols, we would use some... some old cars, some old uniforms, not use tasers, maybe a little more on the roughing up criminals, because let's face it, it was the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever years we use, stuff like that. So yeah. Do you airsoft? No, I don't airsoft. I've always kind of wanted to try it, but I've never actually done it. I was part of a community that actually used a lot of Nerf guns, which I know is totally different, not as accurate and shorter distances, but we had some awesome role play with that. Not only role play, but also like gun battles and stuff like that. What else we got going on here? Would you rather bull ride or bull fight? Ooh, probably bull ride. I feel like the worst that could happen there is I fall off onto a nice mat and I don't die. But if I'd rather not get the horns or trampled on and basically just killed. Have you all decided about doing a SWAT team episode? I've thought about it. Well, I know we've all thought about it. They're for nothing. Thank you, Dwight. The thing with SWAT, though, it's hard because a lot of the calls we get, the gun battles we end up getting into can pretty much be solved by an officer with a Glock. Some of the major calls, a lot of our calls end up ending so quickly that by the time SWAT would mobilize and get going, it would be hard to mobilize them and really do that. I mean, if we set up like a night where we were like, okay, we're going to have some, we want the civilians to do some heavier stuff so that we have a reason to pull out a SWAT team and make sure the scenes last longer, say it's like a hostage situation or a bank heist, something like that where they're trapped in the bank, we have to negotiate with them, something major, but we could do it, but there's a lot more logistics to it because a lot of the scenarios and stuff that happen between civilians and cops are too, they don't require that level of mobilization of law enforcement, or they just end too quickly. It's one of those things. And also because of the way that game mechanics work in GTA, there's a whole lot of factors, but we could figure out something, I'm sure, at some point. Let's see now. Who else we got going on? By the way, Toro is one of the people who have been around for a while. So if he's saying anything in the chat as far as anything almost admin despite the fact he's not an admin here, he means well. So he just. But let's see who else we got here. James Johnson, congrats on 6K subs. Thank you, sir. I'm sure I'll be hitting 7 by tomorrow morning. It seems like every morning I wake up and I look at my YouTube and I have a ton of subscribers that are just new here. What about, let's see, James Vaughn, what about transportation for criminals? Say you have transport for the city jail, main prison, out to the county. Will you all ever do that? It's funny. Duckman and I were running that one night. While we were patrolling, and we were going to do prisoner transport. We had a nice van, and we were sitting at the prison, and all the calls that we had, either the suspects were died or they were transported medical. Not one prisoner transport happened. To the point where we just were like, you know what, screw it. We're one of us was going civilian, one of us was going cop, and we never actually ended up doing it. But we will do it at some point because I think it would be fun to transport prisoners and get talking with them and get some role play going like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Hey, 110 have been subbed for a while now, and you can understand. I can understand if you're ready to do a house tour. Keep up a great work. Maybe I'll do a house tour at one point. My house ain't that. Wow, I went really southern there. It's not that great. It's just a house. This is my recording area, and really everything I do is gaming instead of real life vlogging and stuff like that. But Anyway, what else we got going on? Abraham Lincoln. All right, thank you, Dwight. Not sure why Abraham had to come into it, but I appreciate you bringing up one of our former presidents. Currently, fire and rescue isn't. Okay. Toro's answering. I'm sorry, I'm reading Toro's things like he's asking me a question. You should do Chip's episode. Oh, I'd love to again. Me and Justin did that one time. We had a great time, and I would love to do it again. And actually, Kim and I did it in an LSPDFR episode. Which is, if you look back, it's not that far back. But yeah, I love doing motorcycle patrol, especially when it was 2 people. That was a lot of fun, You ever think about using a Dodge Ram pickup script in any of your future videos? Dodge Ram vehicle, I guess you mean, right? I will, definitely. There's actually one, if you want to go check it out. It's a dually video. I don't know why I went like this. No, it's a dually Dodge Ram pickup vehicle I did in LSPDFR. If you go back, you'll see it. It's a black pickup. It's pretty cool. Hey, Duckman, welcome to the stream, man. Duckman is one of the Rebel Brotherhood. He's an awesome guy. Him and Justin and Stark, all 3 of them, great guys. Anyway, let's see what else we got going on. And actually, I should say that too. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to any of the links down below in the description. I think I put them all there. Duckman, Justin, Stark, anyone else who has something down there. I think Irishred's one of them down there. Please go subscribe to their stuff because they are fantastic people. What you'll see with them is the videos that you watch. There's Irishred. Holy shit! I say his name and he appears. Look at that. If you watch their videos, it's different perspectives on the same videos that I upload. So let's say that Duckman's a criminal and Stark and Justin and I are the cops. You can watch Duckman from the criminal's perspective, and the three cops different perspectives. And if you can somehow, like if you have multiple monitors, you can like sync our videos. You have to do it yourself because we don't sync our editing, so you'd have to like really sync your videos to do it. And you can watch all of them all at once. That's a lot of fun. I used to do that all the time with some other YouTubers, but if you do that, it would be pretty damn cool. But please go subscribe to them. They have the great content. Like, I love watching their stuff, even though I'm watching, kind of like an out-of-body experience, watching what I'm doing from other people's perspective and watching what everyone else is doing. It's a lot of fun. I definitely suggest doing that. Where's the link to the police roleplay? It's in the description below, I believe, for the Discord. If it's a join link, and then just say hello, apply to the application, and become part of the clan. What else we got going on? Big question. You ever consider about doing a drug bust quest? Quest. Yes, I'm going to do a quest because I'm playing King's Quest 5 here. Yes, a drug bust episode. Yes, it'll of course require some civs to be doing some drug-related things, but I'm sure we'll do that at some point. Also for LSPDFR, it's not hard to do that with that because it's single player. I can do whatever I want with that. I can set up whatever I want. So that's absolutely a thing. Excuse me while I take a drink real quick because I've been talking. Gamer Pro, don't worry about it. It's rookie mistake. Don't worry about it. Woo! Irishred Brotherhood. Sorry, Amazing Canadian, which I think your name is spelt wrong, but I'm not. I could be wrong. On your episode of Rubber Brotherhood, do you plan on keep going with the cartel thing? I would like to. One of the things I think a lot of you guys don't know is that I'm a writer. I've been doing text, writing and also text roleplay on forums for over 10 years now, probably going on 15 actually. And something I've always been a big thing of is long-running plot, which is something I tried to do with the Lost in a different clan I was in, doing some Lost stuff. Starting to do the IRA thing I was doing, which I don't think that's going to be over yet. And also, this thing with what the hell were we just talking about? I'm sorry, I just forgot what we were talking about. The cartel. Yeah, doing some more cartel stuff. That's totally on Stark though, because Stark started that. That's his plot. He's got to run it. So if he wants to come up with some good ideas for it, I'm willing to take whatever he's going to throw at us. What is one of your favorite things about being a criminal? Have you ever thought about doing Riot Police episode? Okay, hey James. Yeah, Riot Police would be interesting. The same as with Squat. God, I can't talk now. This is my first drink, I swear, and I've had like a couple sips of it. So yeah, same thing with what I said about SWAT earlier. But as far as the criminal end of things go, one of my favorite things about being a criminal in instead of being a cop is there's a little more freedom. There's always like that anxiety of like, there could be a cop anywhere when I'm doing this. I got to be careful of that. But the creativeness behind it, because when you're a cop, like, you have this set of rules and laws in the way you conduct yourself in that role play. As a civilian or a criminal, I like using the term civilian. That's one we're going to be starting to use more because we're changing up how we're doing our role play, which I think you guys are going to really like. But like, I like the creativeness behind it, the creativity, because you kind of hit in your mind like, okay, cool, I'm gonna choose this particular looking person. I'm going to choose this vehicle, and I'm going to do this thing, and see if I can get away with it, or if the cops are going to bust me, or stuff like that. And kind of seeing how that all plays out, which I think is a lot of fun. And I spend countless hours a day daydreaming up scenarios that I can bring to you guys. Like, I have a couple written down that I'm waiting to do. That just like, I think of them like, oh my God. First of all, not only are you guys going to enjoy them, but then I'm also like, oh man, the cops are not going to be able to handle this. I have one very large plot thing that I've been planning since like 2 roleplay communities ago that I was in, that I'm pretty sure no matter how well trained our officers are, they are not going to be able to handle this, because it's a lot of scenarios that you see either end up in arrests or shootouts or pursuits. I want to challenge that and come up with some other ideas that actually require both investigative skills and also thinking on your feet. You need to make like split-second decisions, or people are going to die, and stuff like that. So I'm coming up with some different stuff. What else we got going on here? No, you don't have to be in GTA to dispatch. If you have a computer, that's fine. If you have a cell phone, that's all right too for Discord. The sound quality is horrible with a cell phone most of the time, but if you have a computer with a microphone, that works too, and you speak English, and you're able to keep up with the pace of dispatching. Did you ever talk to GamerPro says, Ocean, did you ever talk about Polecat about the scripts he used in the servers? Yes, I have actually. Polecat and I have talked about his scripts that they use for DOJ. A lot of them are exclusive to DOJ, which means I cannot get my hands on them. However, like a lot of scripts, sometimes they don't always stay private for long. Eventually, people who make those scripts will eventually release them to the public, but you never know. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm hoping so, because I know they have a ton of great scripts that I've seen over there, like the fire script everyone loves, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll never know. But we're looking into scripters ourselves. We actually have some really awesome scripts that we're working on already that we'll be implementing. So you don't look anything like I thought you would. That was Hunt Wabaloo. Yeah. I get that sometimes. I think sometimes my voice doesn't seem like it fits my body, but I've done like face videos before, but of course most of you guys aren't even here for the videos where I'm on webcam, like Outlast or any of my other like horror games I play. I don't get a lot of views on those, which I wish I did, but a lot of you guys are for Grand Theft Auto, and I don't use camera because excuse me, because the immersion of Grand Theft Auto is that I'm that little character that's right there in the middle of the screen that's running around or driving around, and having a camera of me over here with my actual face kind of takes you guys out of it. So I like to keep that. So what else we got going on here? I saw one here. You ever think? James asked, you ever think about doing an episode where you just stole a military base? Probably a vehicle from a military base, right? I've thought about it. I've thought about doing something. I mean, a tank is like the obvious choice, but it's an overpowered vehicle for the kind of role play we do. Unless it was, something like, you just never fire the weapons, you just run. But the problem is, how do you stop that tank? It's like that video from that chase back in, I think it was the 90s or the 80s. It was a real life chase where someone stole a tank and just destroyed a ton of shit, and the cops were chasing it. It's maybe, but it's just like, how do you stop that? How does that scenario end during role play? I don't have a PS4. Robert Valente, I love that last name. That's one of my favorite last names. I don't have a PS4 because I'm more of a PC gamer kind of guy. How long am I streaming, Cody Gringrich? I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes. I might pop in a game here. I say pop in a game like I still use CD-ROMs for games. Like, yeah, that's how old of a gamer I am, apparently. Where am I from? I'm from New York, but not the. I don't know what it is with a southern accent. That's like New York's part of the South. I'm right by Georgia. No, I'm from New York. I'm not from the city though. I'm from the countryside. I would probably never live in the damn city. I don't mind visiting there, but. Duckman, who is your favorite YouTuber besides me? Oh God. All right, I'm gonna explain this one, and I think some of you guys already know this one. I'm gonna go with somebody who does something like in my line of work, and then somebody who doesn't. I'm gonna go with two options there, since Doug asked. Shut up, Justin. You're one of my favorite ones too, but I'm trying to go with people that are not part of my community. I'd be biased if I said all you guys, or Irish. CDs, shoot, I've been using floppies. I did too, man. Oh, I had King's Quest V. I had a couple other things on floppy before it was even, CDs were a thing, I remember having to buy a CD-ROM, thing to put in my tower for my computer to actually use CDs. Okay, so the first person who does GTA and stuff like that, the reason he's my favorite is because I like his play style, but also he's the person who inspired me to do YouTube. Because I did YouTube for a little while before I discovered all this Grand Theft Auto roleplay stuff in LSPDFR, but I couldn't get into it. I didn't feel like it was working. And I started watching his stuff, and I discovered him I don't even remember how I discovered him. It's like you ever go on YouTube, you just like go somewhere, and then you just end up somewhere else, and you're like, how the hell did I get over here? So he does a lot of the things that I do, and I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. I'm like not thinking. I'm thinking of the next thing I'm going to say. I watched a lot of his videos. I'm like, this is really cool. This is something I can get into. Like, I really want to do LSPDFR and stuff. So I started doing that, and developed my own style and everything because I like doing my own thing. I don't like copying people. I will never copy anyone, intentionally at least. I mean, accidents happen, especially when so many people do the same thing on YouTube. Whatever, it'll happen. And there'll be all these accusations and bullshit. But you know what? I never copy anyone because it's not fun. I like coming up with my own ideas. I'm a writer. That's what I do. But anyway, I digress. So, yeah, the person who really inspired me to do a lot of this is Polecat. I watched his stuff. I'm like, this is so cool. I love what this LSPDFR thing is. And I started doing it. Now, somebody else that I don't... that doesn't do what we do, and it's one of my other favorite channels, would be Philip DeFranco. I love his show. I love how he can be very fair when he reports the news. Very, I like that he shares the news story first, and then afterwards shares his opinion. The two are not combined in the storytelling or in the news reporting, which I really like. While I usually agree with his opinion, sometimes I don't, but I really like him. He's one of my main news sources, actually. And actually, if I can just bring up YouTube real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and look up some of my honorable mentions, as it were, for subscribers. I can't because I logged into a different YouTube over here for to watch my stream to see how it was going. So, yeah, I can't do that. Yep, hashtag Cat Pack. I'm part of the Cat Pack, man. That's what I am. By the way, I have a new name for you guys. I thought of it one day, and I was just like, and I meant to implement it tonight. But I always wanted to call my subscribers something. I always wanted to call you guys something, like as a team. So here it is. This is the big reveal tonight. So it's going to be hashtag this, all right? It's going to be really cool. Not actually hashtag this. That would be really weird. Don't run with that, please. Well, it's on the internet now, and of course they're going to run with it. Oceanographers. Huh? Oceanographers? Come on, that works. That totally works. The study of the ocean. You're watching my videos. You're watching it. Shut up, Justin. I knew somebody was gonna do it. There it is. Everyone's doing hashtag this in the chat now. I wonder what other things that's linked to, because it's just a word. like what else is under there? Okay, it's not quite the spelling of oceanographer, but you're almost there. Ooh, what happened? Oh, I thought my camera just died there for a second. I'm sorry if it did. I hope I'm still here. So yeah, Justin's got it. Oceanographers. Yeah, it's just the word ocean and then Ographers. Oceanographers. So yeah, you guys are my oceanographers. So yeah. What else we got going on? Ask me questions. This is a Q&A, man. Ask me any questions about me, my channel, whatever. Just don't ask me for help with Grand Theft Auto or LSPDFR and all that shit. Like, I'm not tech support. I'm sorry, guys. There's a ton of videos out there that'll help you guys explain stuff, but hashtag I don't know how to spell how it's spelled. That's fine, man. It's all good. Excuse me a second here. I don't normally talk this much. All right. Team OOT. That's a good one, too, but it also means Ocarina of Time. So, people might mistake you for a Zelda fan if you use that one. I wouldn't recommend it. Oceanographers is pretty good, though. What else we got going on? Is Mexico real? Yes, I've never been there, but I've heard it's actually a beautiful place. There's some very nice areas. There's some not so nice areas. But there are some nice areas. You know what? And that could be said about any country, including our country. What's the specs on my PC? Says the guy who built my PC, Justin. I don't know. Why don't you share with the chat what my specs are, since you're in a position to write those things down? I'm sure you have it all somewhere. You can just copy and paste it. Go for it, man. What else we got? It should be the A team. Well, there is already an A team, but I'm not it. I'm definitely. I pity a fool who thinks I'm with the A team. Do I watch Chicago Fire? I've never actually watched it, which is surprising because I love firefighting stuff because I was a firefighter for 7 years. And I believe you never stop being a firefighter once you've been one. I think it's in your blood forever at that point. But never watched it, but I know I should watch it. But I used to watch with Dennis Leary, Rescue Me, which was more of a drama, not so much a fire department thing. But I loved Rescue Me. I watched it from the beginning to end. Loved that show. I do watch Bugs. Yes, I do. They're Crazy Hacker Lithos. Chicago PD. I would. Not Chicago PD, but what was the other Chicago drama show? Ooh, I forget what it was called now. Chicago Code. That's a good cop show, and I loved the intro for that. If I could find somebody who could remix music for me, like really, really well, like I'm talking like professional grade remixing, the song I used for LSPDFR, Suffer Someday by State Shirt, if I could get that to sound something like the Chicago Code intro with a little bit of bagpipe, because I'm Irish. I mean, it's right there. I would love to have an intro like that. It's such a good show. I do watch Live PD, not very often, because usually when Live PD is on is when I'm either patrolling, recording another game, or editing. And when I'm editing, I cannot watch TV because I'm listening to the audio of my stuff, and it takes up editing and recording takes up so much of my life. I barely watch live anything, let alone Live PD. What else we got going on here for questionings? NCIS Los Santos. Hey, you know what? If the way things are going and how we're growing and stuff, like it would be great to have other departments. I don't know how much an NCIS department would do, but like maybe like a port authority would be kind of cool. Did I watch Chips? Yes, Strobel, I did. The Strobel, I apologize. Yes, I did watch the Chips. When I was a kid, I would watch the reruns of Chips on TV. I think it was TV Land was the channel too. That was such a good show. I loved it. It was always like the criminal of the day and the chase of the day was all those episodes. What else? I saw a good one here. Do you ever wish you could be a cop? So that's a interesting question. There was a time where I wanted to be a cop, and I really wanted to get into that. And but being in the fire department and a lot of other personal choices in life and a lot of inner reflecting of me, if I can get all philosophical with you guys, being a cop, I feel like it would change me as a person too much that I might not like who I become. I'll be the first to admit I'm a very sensitive person when it comes to what's going on, other people's feelings, situations, and I feel a general anger and you know, you know, feeling of not hatred, but something like it towards people who do wrong and harm others. And I think, yes, being a cop, I would be able to, you know, try to rectify that and help people out of those situations. But I feel like dealing with some of the lowest scum of the earth that do those things would change me as a person. And I'll tell you, some of the things I've seen on the fire department and whatnot, like, those have changed me. You know, things that change you just because you saw them or because you were part of it. You know, and I thought about it, but I just haven't felt like doing it. You know, and I love what I do now, and I especially love being here on YouTube because here on YouTube, you know, I get to bring some kind of, I hope, betterment to the world just by being on here, or you know, at least a smile to someone's face. That's all it is. You know, I'm not expecting to do big things here, but you know, if I can make you guys happy even for like a 20-minute video, you know, that's what I'm ultimately here to do. You know, so yeah. What else we got going on here? Allegra says, "Do you like DOJ?" I do. I really only watch it from like Polecat and Bugs and Jeff's perspectives. I haven't seen, like, I know there's other people in that community who do YouTube, but I don't. I have so much going on in my life that a lot of YouTube I can't get to, and there's just so many options on YouTube. There's so many things to watch. Which again is why I'm so happy that you guys are here watching me. Like, I'm glad that I am something worth watching. You know, like I'm glad you guys enjoy what I do. Rick and Morty, I've started it the first season with Kim, who Kim does videos with me occasionally, like a lot of the horror stuff and occasionally LSPDFR. She's gotten me into it, and whenever I visited her, like, we'll watch. I haven't watched it on my own because I do enjoy watching comedy with people because I love laughing with people. Because I don't laugh when I'm by myself. I just kind of like take in the jokes, but there's no like external laughing. So when's the next testificate massacre? There's more oil pools and villages. You know, Irishred is referring to something that's happened in our Minecraft series that I haven't uploaded yet, of where I committed mass murder of villagers in Minecraft. Oh, I felt so bad and so good at the same time with that one. Oh, does he curse? Who, me? Yeah, I do occasionally. I've been trying to get away from it, but like I do occasionally curse, you know. So yeah, that is a thing I do occasionally. Shuri, if that's a problem, but you know, it is what I do. See, hang on one second. There we go. Okay, had to fix something there, but yeah. So okay, so when you're playing with SAF, what are personal favorite things about playing with them, and what are some cons? Okay, so a lot of the pros, which I love when playing with, also what time it is by me, it is currently 8:55. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, Strobel. So, a lot of the pros is that I love being in a server with a lot of people in Grand Theft Auto because, or 5M, because you can have a lot of civilians, you can have a lot of cops, and there's a lot of variety. And you're not looking for one specific person, you know, or they're not looking for you. They're doing their own thing, and if you happen to come across them, oh, there you are. And there's some interaction, some role play there. So I love that, and I love that the more people you add to a server, the more variety you can be, and also you can open up the map. Like, if you have a small amount of people, you do a patrol area. Like, all right, we're going to patrol in Sandy Shores, or we're going to patrol in Paleto Bay. We're going to keep it, you know, tight to that area. But when you have, the more and more people you add, the wider you can open up the map as far as where the patrols go. And if you have enough people, you just open up the whole goddamn map. You could be in the city, you could be up in the country, Paleto, you know, Raton Canyon, whatever you want to do. And, you know, and it opens up for, you know, longer patrol, longer responses, code 3 and stuff like that. It's really cool. What else? Yes, I will be doing more Fire episodes at some point. Just, like I said earlier, we're working on that. It might not be right away, but we'll eventually figure something else out. I saw another one. Will the Rubber Brotherhood get a house? Well, we all live in different parts of the country, so probably not. We would love to all get together at some point. And kind of do like a little vlog of all of us together. I think that'd be really cool because we're brothers. That's why we're the Brotherhood, and it'd be great if we could all get together at some point. That'd be pretty cool. Do you watch Emergency? Ooh, that's now there's a reference. That's an old show. Yes, I watched a couple of that because that's the era when my father grew up, and I love a lot of the old apparatus and police cars and stuff. And it's a good show too. I like some of the scenarios they came out with, and the pacing of the show is really cool. One funny thing I remember from one episode was CHP rolled up in that, and they rolled up in a Polara or something, like a police car, and the cop got out and he had a motorcycle helmet on. I was like, that's not a thing. And I couldn't focus on anything else. Oh. And Asher Waddell, yes, Asher Waddell, you just subscribed to me about 20 minutes ago. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here. I hope I won't let you down. I think you'll hopefully like a lot of what I do here. So, yeah. What else we got going on here? Let's see. Answer some more questions for you guys. I was going to bring up some other things. What was I going to bring up? Yes, so I know I said it earlier. I'll say it again in case anyone else here is new while I'm waiting for some questions to roll in. I will eventually be doing some Twitch stuff as well. My YouTube channel won't be going anywhere, but I will be doing some live streams on Twitch as soon as I get everything going. I wanted to see how this was going to go because right now with this camera, it looks like my internet's able to handle it. But I don't know what's going to happen when I get into Grand Theft Auto because I tried it once and my internet just it was like I was using a potato with celery for antennas on the router. It was really bad. So, and I was actually hardwired, so that celery reference didn't even make sense. Have you watched the Police Academy movie? I should say. What's one of your favorite scenes? Man, it's been so long I can't even pick one. Any scene with that one actor who could do the sound effects, especially when it was that one. I think it was Police Academy 3. I don't remember which one it was, where he they were surrounded by rioters and they were stuck in the police car, and he just got on the microphone and did this perfect machine gun sound through the microphone, and people just scattered. That's probably one of my favorite scenes. That one, also the helicopter down the stairs as he was in the police station, just stuff like that. Some of my favorite moments in that show were because of him. What else we got going on here, gentlemen? Michael Winslow. Thank you, Irishred. That is his name. I couldn't think of it, but yes, Michael Winslow. He is a fantastic actor, and you should check him out on YouTube for he does he was on a talk show and he does a guitar what do you call it? Like an electric guitar with just his microphone while he's next to someone using an actual electric guitar, and they're doing this like duet or maybe a duel, dueling guitars, but he's just using his voice, and he sounds like a legit electric guitar. It's the best. No, I never talked to Polecat Gamer Pro about doing a CAD because Polecat doesn't make scripts to my knowledge, and also he's just really busy with DOJ, so I'm not going to bother him about stuff like that. There are plenty of scripters out there. And there's actually plenty of CAD systems out there, believe it or not, that can be used with Grand Theft Auto. So that's something we'll eventually work on too. Possibly, I don't know. I've taken myself away from a lot of the administrative aspects of our community, just because I like to focus on making the role play and editing videos and making videos. That's really my main focus. I was in charge of a department or two at the time, in the past, and it was just it was too overwhelming when I was trying to do these other things that my YouTube channel. It's always been my main focus, and it's just so hard to focus on that while I'm doing other things. So I try to pull myself away from administrative stuff as much as I can, because I have some good people that are with me that I trust to make decisions, And if I disagree, I'll let them know. If I agree, I'll let them know that too. But I trust the people that are there to make decisions. Yes, we do have the gas mod, Randy, and I love the gas mod. It does definitely add some realism. You just have to remember to go gas up so that when you're in a pursuit, you don't run out of gas. That was a reference for someone in particular, who I believe is still here, but I'm not actually sure. Can you give specific links to your vehicles? I can't, only because there's way too many vehicles. Well, for rapid response and SAF, we use a majority of our vehicles. We have some extra ones too, but a majority of our vehicles are Captain 14's police pack, sheriff pack, and FBI pack, because they're very easy to install. They're fantastic vehicles, and the lighting is phenomenal on them. So that's why we kind of went with that. And James, thank you. I see you have to go, so thank you for joining us. And yep, I'll look forward to having you watch some of my videos. I hope. That sounded really weird, really. A lot of this is weird. I'm not used to this many people following me and enjoying my stuff. It's kind of a weird thing. Yesterday and then earlier today, I was kind of just minding my own business, kind of around Discord and around some other places, and I was seeing conversations about me without me being there from people who enjoy watching my videos. And it was really weird because it's I'm doing something that other people enjoy so much that they're having conversations about it, which is really just unusual to me, I guess. It's just such an interesting thing. Chaz Cave, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. I do appreciate you subscribing. I really do. Yeah, so a lot of this is new. A lot of these the amount of subscribers I have now, and how fast it's rapidly rising, and the influx of comments and stuff. It's really great. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But I'm not going anywhere, Dwight. Don't worry about it. I was saying goodbye to somebody who was leaving. I'm staying for a bit. Where do you want to go when the Yellowstone supervolcano erupts? Far away from it. That's the best answer I can give you. I'm going to keep going until there's no more ash above my head in the clouds. You know what I mean? What else? Before I... Oh, so yeah, I just read that one. Oh, I take a drink while I'm. Oh, that's good. Dominic, thank you for subscribing. I see you did on my fire video. Those videos have been exploding. I don't even know how this sudden. Oh, sorry, Dwight. Yeah, peace out. This sudden explosion of subscribers and stuff at where you guys all just came from. I came home from vacation. I had a ton of subscribers. I'm like, did someone, with more subscribers than me, did someone mention me, or what happened? Because I know Runt from Runt Gaming, he was just starting out, and Jeff Favignado mentioned him in a video one day, and all of a sudden Runt woke up with 6,000 subscribers when he had maybe 200 at the time. So I'm wondering if that happened, and I just haven't found it yet, or no one's mentioned it to me. I know my video has been popping up sometimes as recommended videos for other people's videos that have more subscribers than myself. So I think it might have something to do with that. I'm not really sure though. But man, I'm enjoying it. I'm very happy you guys are here and subscribing to me, and that you guys like what I do, and I do have stuff planned in the future. I just got back from vacation, so I've had no energy to even edit some stuff that I already have existing that I want to put out. So, but I still have stuff scheduled. So tomorrow there's a video coming out, and then tomorrow I'm also gonna edit another video for Wednesday. My upload schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. If I do more content though, I'm gonna start doing what I used to do, which was uploading every day, which was a challenge to do, but it was fun. But yeah, usually it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday instead of Saturday, or both, depending. But just because I have a personal life and I have so much to do that I can't just be doing that all the time, for those who don't know, like being on YouTube, there's the recording time of the game. There's setting up, recording, what else? Editing after the fact, rendering, and then uploading to YouTube. So it's like a 5-step process, I believe. 5. I think that's only the 5 that I do, at least. And that's hours. It's a couple hours just to do like a 20-minute or 30-minute video. So it takes a lot of time. I don't even want to know how much time I've spent to have almost 300 videos on my channel. I don't even want to know how many hours I have put into the entire process, because it's a huge chunk of my life at this point. Irishred knows what I'm talking about. Justin asks, or Jay Womack, I should say, because it doesn't say Justin there, it says Jay Womack, asks when LSPA4 will come back. Probably pretty soon, because I've been missing it. I've been wanting to update it, and I was a little worried to even touch it because of how Open 4 went for a while there. But now that we got that back, I'm looking to upgrade everything, because I'm running on some very old versions of everything. Like when Computer Plus was updated with all new stuff that you could do with it, I'm before that, so I have a lot to upgrade. And that's the other thing. It takes so long to set up LSPDFR compared to 5M. 5M is pretty quick. Well, when you're not the guy making the actual server. As a player, it's easy to set up, but now like LSP4, it takes like so much more time to edit. So the whole roleplay thing in GTA 5 is just hyped right now. I don't know if I agree with that, Dominic, because like I don't know, I find it fun. I'm not sure what you mean by hyped. I know it's a really big thing, but sorry, I'm talking so much, I'm like starting to lose my voice now. How old am I? Says Nick Rooney. I am 28 years old. For those of you who didn't know that. Yeah. So. Do you need 5M to start a server? Yes, you need 5M to start a server. You need the server side client. The server side part of 5M to make a server. You need the client side to play on other people's servers, such as SAF. Yeah. Tahoe for the win. I agree. I like the Tahoe. I think it's a great vehicle, but I think it's, having driven one in the past in real life, it's even with its pursuit engine and everything, it's still very heavy. It suffers from the same problems that the Crown Victoria did. It's too heavy for the engine that it has and the horsepower that it has. Great vehicle and a lot of freaking cargo room when you need it. But I think the Ford Explorer, otherwise known as the FPIU, has more horsepower, is lighter, and still has a decent amount of cargo space, and really good in the snow, by the way. Really good in the snow compared to the Tahoe. And having driven a little bit of both, more Tahoe than the Explorer, I would have to lean towards the Explorer. And it's also cheaper than Tahoe. And that's why you see a lot more departments with them as opposed to Tahoe or other vehicles. And what's interesting is you see a lot of departments replacing their sedan cruisers with the Explorer, because it's such a multi-purpose vehicle now that it can replace pretty much any other vehicle on the road. Now, I'm not trying to be like partial or opinionated. It's just more the specs of things. Suburban again. The Suburban is a longer version of the Tahoe. So not a big fan of it. It has purposes though. If it's not meant to be like a primary unit, if it's a support vehicle and it holds a lot of material, then absolutely I agree with that being something. But not as a primary like patrol vehicle, unless you're like a supervisor, anything like that. But do you have the Impala? That's amazing too. I actually, funny you should say it. I used to own a retired Sheriff's Department Chevy Impala 2005. It's not the one you see in LSPD Farm and everything like that because it's no one's made this particular model. It's the one before that. So look up a 2005 Chevy Impala white. I had a ram bar on it. It was such a nice vehicle. It was really good in the snow because it was front wheel drive. But it was probably my favorite car I've ever owned, and it wasn't as powerful as like say the Crown Vic or any of the other cars that were out there, but it was definitely more of a city cruiser as opposed to a like highway patrol vehicle or anything like that. But I really enjoyed that vehicle, and it was so much fun to have. So yeah. Quantum, thank you for subscribing to my videos. You watched one and liked it. Hey, that's great. Believe me, there's like 300 more you can watch. Some of my older stuff I cringe at now, but a lot of my more recent stuff with my new computer rig is a lot better. So yeah. Is that you going, James? I think you're leaving because you gotta go get some baby food for your girl. All right. Well, you enjoy it. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. What police car do I like? What police car do I like? Probably again, like I said, the Ford Explorer, but definitely a fan of the the Taurus or the FPIS. That's another nice car. It's aggressive looking. I like it. I like that a lot. At first I didn't like it. Now I do. But and of course I like the classic Crown Vic. What can I say about that? Nicholas asks, how do you actually apply to the clan? If you want to get into our community, there's a link I believe below in this video. If not, look up one of the other ones. There will be a link to the community, and there's also a link to my own personal Discord for you guys to hang out in. There's 2 separate ones, but you can totally I know you guys just tried to post the link and it got redacted. I'm sorry, I turned off links in the chat. Yeah, there's 2 different Discords. There's one that's like for like you guys to hang out in because you like my videos and stuff, and then there's the community one. So you just gotta make sure you're on the right one. If you find SAF, that's the community. What was my first car? A Jeep Wrangler, actually, 1999 Jeep Wrangler, and very shortly after that, I got my Impala. I still have the 99 Wrangler. I will never get rid of that thing as long as it like lives. I've had a couple problems with it because it's an old vehicle, but I'm gonna keep that thing. Chevy Impala, the Sheriff Impala was my second one. And then following that, what did I have? I had a Chevy Colorado, which was very nice. That was an 05 as well. No, sorry, that was a 2000. 2000, I think. 2000. No, 2004. 2004. It was a 2004 Chevy Colorado red. I had a blue bar light on it, or a light bar on it for halogen spinners. For fire department. That was a great vehicle. Loved that thing. And then after that, I had a Honda Fit for a while. That was not my choice, but that was not a good car for the winter, let me tell you that, especially in New York. And after that, my current vehicle is a Subaru Crosstrek, which I use for some off-roading and stuff like that. It's a Subaru, which a lot of people don't like Subarus. Like, oh my God, it's a Subaru. But let me tell you, that thing has gotten me out of so many bad situations in the winter and stuff, and has been so much fun off-roading. It's probably my favorite vehicle, and it's right up there with my Impala. Because at least I can get more places with the Subaru than I could my Impala. But man, I really love both. If you follow my Instagram, which I believe is in the description below, so with some of my other social media like Twitter and other stuff, I just never update, but I have it anyway. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see pictures of my actually all my vehicles. Basically, I've actually posted all of them there, I think, at some point. If you go really far back, you'll see my Impala. And then I didn't take as many photos of my Impala as I wish I could have, because I had like 2 versions of a ram bar on it. And I realized I don't have enough pictures of that car, and it's too late now. It's gone. But you'll see my Subaru on there. Not that you're going to give a shit about it. Impreza, I saw that. I do like the Impreza, depending on which one it is. There's certain Subarus I don't like, What else? I just saw something. Will you join Polecat and them? Nah. I love their stuff, and I know it would be a great opportunity, but, I got the community I'm in now, and I love the guys I roll with. So, I mean, hey, if one of the guys from Code Zero or DOJ reached out and was like, hey, do you want to, like, guest star in, like, a video or something, I'm not going to say no. That'd be stupid. But, it would be cool to make stuff with them. But, I'm not going to go leave here to go to DOJ. Like, I like what I'm doing now. Let's see. James says, my 2-year-old son is How and Why I subscribed. He absolutely in love with your videos. You're also the reason why why you don't get sleep. I imagine what you meant to say. My 2-year-old Daxon says hi. Hello, Daxon. Good to see you. I'm not sure how I feel about a 2-year-old watching my videos with some of the content I put out. Just to stay away from the horror. And I apologize. I know I swear a lot, and I shouldn't apologize for that because I'm not aiming towards children here. But I'm sure it's up to the parent, of course, to be like, hey, look, you see those words that Ocean is saying? Don't repeat those words. That's the best advice. People don't understand it with parenting. I'm not a parent, so I don't. I'm not one to give parenting advice. But like, I have friends who are parents, and the thing is always like, hey, you know what that person's saying right there? Don't ever repeat anything they ever say. That's the best thing you can tell your kids. That helps them avoid saying things like swear words and stuff like that. But what do I know? I'm no parent. I sit in front of a computer for hours at a time and make videos. I don't have time for a social life to go find a wife and have kids. Oh. Yes, Duck. I know your son's watching. It's all good. Besides, he's older than 2, I believe. I don't recall his age, but no, I'm being nice, and if your kids are anything like you, I know they're well raised and they know right from wrong, and they know not to, repeat anything I say. So listen here. You listen to your father. That's the best advice I could give anyone that's listening to me right now who has a parent, which is, just listen to your parents. They're usually right. I was about to say they're always right, but they're not always right. There are some pretty bad parents out there, but I know Duckman is definitely not one of them. Oh. He hates when you're a criminal and doesn't like bad guys. He says he likes you as a cop more, James. It's one of those things. Like, I like I like being a cop more, I think, because I get to do some law enforcement stuff. But I like being a criminal because I can blow off steam, and I can come up with some fun scenarios. And I try not to be like a real bad criminal. Like, I just try to I try to come up with some decent scenarios. I'm not gonna go out there like be like a suicide bomb or something, because that's not fun, and that's kind of like more deep and more like getting into some real world issues that we got going on now. So I'm not gonna get into some of that stuff, but like robbing banks and stuff like that, like it's fun to role play it at least, and more often than not the cops win anyway. So my favorite thing to do off camera. Holy shit. Good question. What the hell do I do off camera? I like kayaking. I like hiking. I definitely love hanging out with friends. My friends are definitely a huge part of my life. So that's definitely a thing, and I try to make sure I get all my videos and stuff out so that I can go have time with them and not worry about that, I get this like moth flying around my room, and if you just see me swatting, I apologize. I just saw a comment that I wanted to read, and I missed it. Unless I was hallucinating, which is entirely possible. Someone asked me if I was a cop in real life. No, I'm not. I do other things, but I'm not a cop. I was a firefighter for 7 years. I don't think I'll ever stop being a firefighter, even though I'm inactive right now. I think I'll eventually find another department to do that with. But no, I am not a cop. I do have some cops who actually watch my episodes though, and they really like what I do, so I appreciate that. James says, 1 Ocean 10, my son just smacked my PC saying, watch your mouth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will try to watch my mouth from now on. But you know what? It's drinking not on one ocean. Look, as someone with the word Irish in their name, if you tell me to drink something, I'm going to do that. One Irishman to another. I've only had this one though. This whole night, I'm not going to be drinking a lot tonight. I was just at a wine festival. Coming home from a wine festival, I'm really not in the mood to drink a lot. And I'm probably never going to do that on camera during a Q&A, because who knows what the hell I'm going to say. Sorry, I did it again. Make it a drinking game. There it is. Every time I swear, I'm going to have a drink. So hang on, I need to pour a drink, but I don't want a brand name to be seen while I'm doing that. So check out this overlay I made just for you guys. Yeah, what do you think of that? This is just me getting a drink. Here, wait, listen for the sound. Listen for the sound. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. Wait. Here's another one. Yeah. Oh. Yep, just pouring myself a non-alcoholic drink over here. Yep, don't mind me. Just pouring myself a non-alcoholic drink right there. Yep, there it is. Okay. And we are back. There it is. I made that earlier today. I'm like, oh, I need an excuse to use that now. Oh. Yes, if there are kids watching, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and derive, which is math, if you didn't know what that was. And watch your drinking too, by the way, and wait until you're 21. I think nationwide is 21. Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm actually from Germany, and I understand everything. Great, Dominic. That's awesome. You know, see, it's funny. There's so many countries around the world where being dual lingual is a thing. I know Germany is a big one where I think English is a second language that's just like very commonly throughout Germany. I know Ireland, Scotland, a lot of the European countries are English is taught as a second language there, and like here in America, like Spanish is taught in schools, but like it's like so minimalistic that not many people walk out of like high school or grade school with any kind of knowledge of or retaining knowledge or any interest in learning Spanish. I honestly regret not learning a second language, specifically Spanish, because there are in communities that I go to regularly and stuff like that, and in a lot of the emergency calls I've responded to, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people who don't have English as a second language. And, it's caused language barriers. Now, of course, we have things like Google Translate where like you don't even need to know the other language. You just talk into your phone, and the phone listens to you, then listens to the other person, and just translates. But it's so valuable to know a second language. And I'm really glad at least other countries, they do teach like mandatory, some countries mandatory second language. You need to pass a second language thing, and whether or not you drop it from that point is a personal choice, but it is what it is. Yes, dash cool. I am Italian. That's cool. I like that. I am Irish and Scottish. I am the best of both worlds, as I like to say. 2 countries I have never been to yet, and I would love to, because I can trace some of my heritage back in both, and to towns and such, and I would like to visit them. So that would be cool. Remember when you got your car stolen in the server? I believe you're referring to the fire department video. Yes, I do. That was actually pretty fun. That was actually not even meant to happen. It just kind of did, which is so cool. Indian, I'm sorry. I read that so fast. I'm so sorry. Oh God, I don't know why I read that. I apologize. That was. I'm an idiot. Like the chat's moving, and like I started to read the word, and then it like moved up, and my brain finished it with the rest of the word. That's great. No, hey, that's cool. Like I said, I celebrate all heritages, and it's fantastic. And where was I going with? Yes, in high school you had to take 2 years of another language, but again, like I said, I don't want to get into politics and all other stuff, but like, with our school systems in the United States, like those second languages things, it's like it doesn't really go anywhere. Like it doesn't. Again, so many people walk out of there and just they don't care to learn the language, because a lot of the teaching of it is like they start to teach you and you have to pass it, but they don't teach you the importance of knowing a second language. That's the thing. They don't teach you the importance of walking out of that school and maintaining and keeping up with that language, because if you don't use it, you lose it. That's an absolutely real thing with any skill you have. Thank you, Awesome Gamer with 2 M's 11 for subscribing. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's so important to know another language, and I wish I did. There's a couple I've wanted to learn. I never really got into doing so, and I wish I had. What else we got going on here for questions? Have a good rest of the stream, says Asher. Everyone have a good rest of the night. Thank you, Asher, for watching. Have a good night for yourself. Thank you for being here. James says, Ocean, my son won't go to sleep until I stop streaming. Well, I hope you're prepared for him to be up for a long time, because I'm having too much fun to log off right now. So that's going to come down to you putting your foot down as a parent if you want to have him go to bed. I mean, this is going to be uploaded onto my YouTube later for later watching. So there's that, of course. So you could always use that. I apologize to the kid that I'm giving your parents some ammunition here to enforce your bedtime, but this will be an archived video. Are you looking forward to make some videos with Polecat and Bugs? You know what? Like I said, I've spoken to Polecat. I've actually never spoken to Bugs himself. But I've spoken to Polecat a couple times, and I know we've had some ideas about doing some stuff together. We just never put it. It never came to fruition because, like I said earlier, at the time, he started getting back into DOJ again because 5M started to grow into a huge thing, and I started with my community, and we just kind of like started doing our own thing right when we were at the cusp of like starting to like do stuff together. So, but hey, in the future, I would absolutely love to do things with him and Bugs and anyone else, because it's fun to coordinate and do stuff with other people. There's Trooper Stark. Look at that, man. I'll hop on stream when I get home, but I'm glad you're feeling better, brother. I am too. I had a rough week, but you know what? There are people who are currently having it rougher than me, because of this week, and I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm here because I'm trying to bring my energy level back up again so I can start dishing out more content for you and really getting out there and fighting. So, no, I do not have the fire script. That is something that's not publicly released. So where else you see it is that's basically where it's staying until it one day becomes public, I hope. Ocean said, have you ever wanted to recreate movies like Ladder Tenant and Backdraft on your channel? Actually, that's a really good question, because I've been wanting to get into, not so much with the roleplay community like SAF and Roll Brotherhood, because it's more of a challenge to do that. I mean, it would be able to, I'm sure, but I'm looking into doing more stuff with Rockstar Editor and making some like legit cinematic films that look really good, because right now it's so easy to just hit record and do this roleplay stuff and put it out there, but Rockstar Editor takes more time, because you have to you record everything, but then you go in the Rockstar Editor and you have to take the time to position cameras, add effects, speed up, slow down time, do all this other stuff, and then render it and edit it, and then take it. That's all just in GTA. Then you have to take it out of that and put it into the editing software and do more editing and adding sounds and music and stuff. So it's a bigger ordeal, and the problem I have why I haven't done it yet is because they don't get as many views as my normal material, which is the role play with the community and LSPDFR and stuff like that. Because it's 10 times more work to do a cinematic film, and it gets like basically 80% less views than my normal material, and that's the only reason why I haven't haven't done it. But I have some great like film ideas I want to do, but I want to do them, but I just haven't done it. Like even just car showcases, like when a nice muscle car or sports car comes out on GTA 5 mods, I want to put it to music and just put it out there, and it would be cool. But like, it just, for the amount of time and effort that goes into it, it just doesn't get as many things. Yes, if you have suggestions, put them out there. Speaking of suggestions too, if you go to my fan Discord, the 1Ocean10 Discord, which there'll be, I think there's a link below. I can't remember what the hell I put. Hang on. I'm looking at my own description. Yeah, if you look in the description of this video, down below it says official fan Discord. If you click there, if you want to put in roleplay suggestions for me to do with SAF or the Rebel Brotherhood, which I'm going to start saying as TRB, because the word rebel right now is just going blah, 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 blah. Sounds like I'm underwater. Roleplay suggestions. Just put in suggestions. Like if you have ideas for scenarios I can do as a criminal or civilian, let me know. That would be awesome. Why is my name 1Ocean10? That is a great question, K-Dog. Thank you. So K-Dog... K-Dog, that's not my name. Sorry, 1Ocean10. That's your name. No, your name's K-Dog. I'm 1Ocean10. Let's get this straight right now. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for subscribing as well. The name 1Ocean10 comes from when I was first installing LSPDFR, and I was going through the INI files to program the game how I wanted it. It said that you could choose your unit number. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, so what can I choose? It was like 1 through 99, and then a letter which would be represented phonetically, and then another 1 to 99. So I'm like, all right, cool. What do I what do I want to use? So I'm like, okay, what are some of my favorite numbers? Well, 1 and 5 is another favorite number of mine, but I didn't use that, and I didn't end up using that one. And 10 is another favorite number. So I'm like, okay, cool. But what word do I want? So I went through the police phonetic alphabet, not the NATO one. I went through the police one. I'm like, which word do I really like? And my name was almost 1 Victor 10, very close with that one. There were some other ones too. I can't remember what it was, like 1 King 10, stuff like that. The numbers also were variable. There were a couple numbers that it almost was, but ocean really stuck out to me because just the word ocean. I like the word ocean. I love going to the ocean. I'm a huge I love going to the mountains too, but man, I love going to the ocean. And I thought, oh man, that's cool. Let's go with 1Ocean10, and it stuck. And so in LSPDFR, if you watch my LSPDFR episodes, when dispatch comes over with a call, that automated voice that comes over in Grand Theft Auto, you'll hear it say 1Ocean10, respond code 3, blah 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 blah. So that's where that inspiration came from. I had previous YouTube names that if you go far enough back into my horrible first videos, you'll hear me say some names of my channels which don't exist anymore, and I don't know what I was thinking with those, but it was all pre-LSPDFR, and then when I got into LSPDFR, my name changed, and I ran with it, and that's where I am now. Which is your favorite, fire or police? Says AJJJ. It's just AJJ. AJJ. I like that name. That's really cool. Also, AJR510. No, I don't remember you. Dogman memory if you could there. But yeah, AJJ. Fire or police? What's my favorite? I like both equally. Because the thing is, I love police because, you get to do the law enforcement, you get to have some awesome pursuits, awesome role play, awesome interactions, stuff like that. Then you get to have the fire department, which is you get to chill out and you hang out at the firehouse for a while, or stuff like that, or then you go to fire calls and you have to do tech rescue stuff, or pull people out of cars, medical stuff, and it's a little more relaxing because you don't have to deal with the law enforcement and dealing with suspects kind of thing in the same way that the cops do. So I like that. And some of the hijinks we pulled in by the in front of the firehouse, which you've seen in the videos, those can be a lot of fun. Which a lot of people give me shit for. I swore. I got drinking game in progress. Yeah. In episode 30, everyone gave me some stuff for I think the first 11 minutes of the video is just no calls whatsoever. It's just me and Taylor hanging out in front of the firehouse, listening to the police scanner, and just doing various stuff. Like it was so quiet. Taylor hopped in the ambulance and went down to the store to get some sandwiches for us. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And it's an hour-long episode, and eventually it kicks off and stuff happens. But like, I get some stuff for the first 11 minutes not being too interesting. But you know what? I enjoyed it. And then like if you watch 31 and 32 and I think 33, I forget where the number stops with the fire videos. There's more people online for fire department, and we're sitting there doing stuff. Like I'm working on my personal vehicle, which was a Tampa. I'm working on that thing. We're screwing around. We're watching traffic stops across the street from the firehouse. We got our cameras and our cell phones out, and we're like messing around with the cops and stuff. Like I love that, and it's so much fun to interact with each other in a different role play sense. And the thing with those early videos was that we were all on the same channel, so we kept hearing a lot of the police stuff going on, and it really interfered with our fire stuff. And then also we talking, role play interfered with the police, frequency stuff going on. So we like right at the end, we actually worked out worked out stuff that happened, and in the channels and stuff like that. So fortunately we were able to do that. Also, just give me 1 second here. Duckman, guess what? You're a moderator now. You can take care of things like that. I just took care of that guy, but you can do that now too. So, is there a bit of a? Oh, that's right. I need to bring up my thing. There we go. So, yeah. So right towards the end of our fire department with rapid response, we actually started having separate frequencies, and then the fire department, we dissolved it. We went back to just having law enforcement and civilian. Now with SAF, we're looking into opening more departments as we grow, so stuff like that. What else we got going on here for comments? No, you can't be a moderator. Sorry, I'm only doing it for people I trust. Actually, Justin, I'm going to add you as well because I know I trust you. What do you think about the 15 police charger? Hang on, I got to look that up, make sure I'm thinking of the right one, because I always get the model numbers. Okay, 15 is the one with that rounded front end. I like the rounded front end, to be honest with you. I really like the rounded front end. I like the previous model version as well. I don't like the one, the first Charger that came, not the 1970s Charger, but I mean like the first police Charger that came out in recent years. I think it's an 05 or something like that. I can't remember, or 04, whatever it is. I don't like the way that one looks. It was cool at the time, but then when they remodeled it into the newer one, which I think is 2014, it wasn't 2014 that they remodeled it, but that's the year I'm looking at. 2014, I really liked how aggressive that looked, and it had the classic Charger long light behind it, which is classic to a lot of the old Chargers from the 70s and I think the 60s. I think 69 was. I can't remember when they implemented that long tail light. So, yeah, that was a thing. And then, and I definitely love the 15 and 16 Charger. I like the front end. I like the rounded front end and stuff. I think it's cool. I think all the Chargers have a unique charm to them, and it's really hard for me to pick which one I like more. But I do like that one. What else? The Dodge Demon. You know, it's interesting. It's hard. I'm sorry. I'm bringing up Google as you're saying this with cars. I don't know much about engines and stuff, like when it comes to different vehicles. Like, I know the Hellcat is an amazing Challenger. The Demon, I'm not too sure on. I thought the Demon was going to actually be a completely different remodeled car, which it's not. But I'd have to look into the details of it, of course. For example, like, I'm not a fan of the Dodge Dart because I know what a Dodge Dart looked like the original Dodge Dart. And this car that they came out with is like, why would you ruin the legacy of that car like that? It's like with Impala. What was Impala thinking with the '06 Impala and then the new one? Now, granted, the new one looks kind of all right, but there's cars that look like every single goddamn thing on the road. I just swore again. But, like, there's certain cars that look like every other car on the road, even though they look slightly unique, or they have something really cool under the hood or really cool features. But if you don't stand out, to me, I don't notice it. You know, like the new Impala, for example. Excuse me. Yes, Demon is a step up from the Hellcat. I was recently in a Hellcat. Whew. I'm surprised I made it out of that Hellcat. But, Demon, I know, is something way up there. The old Crown Vic LTD is a dream. That is a pretty cool car, actually, I gotta admit. I do like that one as well. And Fat Mouse, thank you. That I'm your favorite YouTuber ever. I do appreciate that. I'm not sure I'm worthy of that title, but I do appreciate you saying so. Am I gonna watch Game of Thrones? No. You know, I've watched like 1.5 seasons. I never kept up with it because I don't have I don't watch a lot of actual TV shows if it's not on Netflix. Because I do so much throughout the day and my weeks and my weekends that I can't be on TV's schedule. TV has to be on my schedule for when I'm available to watch it. So Netflix is great for me. YouTube is great for me. That's why those are my two main mediums, you know. And I don't go out and buy DVD sets because they're so expensive. You know, I'd rather have a subscription and binge watch whatever I want and, you know, get it done. Because if I watch something, I freaking binge watch it. And it's like, wow, I just spent like $60 on a DVD set and I just finished it in like a day and a half. That's like, why would I spend that kind of money when I can spend, you know, $14 a month and watch that whole thing and then still watch other stuff for the other, like, you know, 30 days in the month, you know? So, yes, this is a very big, very hard version of apple juice I'm drinking here. Yes. Honestly, I don't know how many dispatchers I have, or we have, I should say, in SAF right now. I'm not really showing the numbers because I don't really keep tally of the membership, groupings, like people, different departments, like how many members are in it. I haven't done that for a while because I got so burnt out from doing administrative stuff in the communities I was in that I really have stepped away from that part of it. But stuff like that. So ask a question. This is a Q&A. I'd really appreciate hearing some more questions from you. Yes, Red. Definitely one for certain. It's starting. Ghost Tiger, yes. And I've never actually been in the room when Tiger has dispatched for us, but I know she, from what I hear, she is fantastic. The time that we were in the server together, she was dispatching for PD while I was in state police, so I never got to hear her. I know Stark's friend was doing dispatching for us at the time for state police, and he was doing a fantastic job, and I hope he comes back to do it. Because right now I think I believe he's in the military, and so he's currently busy, but excuse me. But yeah, what flavor apple juice? Well, apple. Primarily, sorry, that sounded really sarcastic, like direct. But it's apple flavor, but it has a hint of vanilla, which is very unique. That's why I got it. I got it up in the Finger Lakes of New York, which is far from me, and I liked it so much when I was taste testing it that I had to get like 2 6-packs of it, and I'm regretting only getting 2. And Robert, thank you for subbing Duckman. I appreciate that. Actually, and I'm sure he will too. To go sub Duckman and J Womack Games. They are fantastic people. They are very close friends of mine. They're practically my brothers, and you will see content from them of different perspectives of the same videos that I do, which is fantastic because we all do stuff together and we all record, so you can watch all of our perspectives. And no, Dash Cool, you do not suck. I'm just very particular on who I have as moderators because the people I have as moderators right now I've known for a while, and that's why I'm sure you'd be a good moderator, but I need to have my comfort zone with people that I do it with. What do you consider doing a South Carolina skin episode? Yes, I would consider doing it. Like I said, it's so hard to do all these requests that I get, but there are ones that pique my interest. I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that. Kind of like I more recently did a Las Vegas Metropolitan Police pack, which I still have, and I kind of want to use a little more, and then I'm going to switch up to something else. But Officer Price says, "What's up? The usual." Just doing a live stream, having a drink with you guys, and just hanging out, answering questions. Fat Mouse, thank you for subscribing to Duckman as well. I do appreciate that, and I'm sure he does as well. Do I have an Xbox One? No, I have an Xbox, and I mean the original Xbox, and that's about it as far as that Microsoft brand of consoles goes. I have a. Actually, I should correct myself. I have a PS4. I think it's a PS4. Is it PS3? I don't know. I haven't used it in so long that I don't actually know. When I do use it, it's to play a DVD. Like I'm such a PC gamer now because most of the games I play are for YouTube, or just because I have such an awesome system made by J Womack Gaming that I enjoy PC games more. Despite the fact that I use an Xbox controller for all of my PC games that will allow controller access. So, I guess I'm cheating a little bit there as far as that goes. Robert, thank you for also subbing to J Womack. You guys really should sub to both because, like I said, they're fantastic YouTubers. They're right up there with me, and that would be great. Yes, Justin, unboxing video. I know. Justin has been on me because I recorded an unboxing video of my current rig months ago when I first got it after he built it for me, and I have not edited the video and put it up on YouTube yet. And it's going to be ridiculous because I have a different haircut back then. But if you guys are into the tech specs and unboxing videos and turning on a computer for the first time, I think you would like it. Noah, thank you for subscribing. Yes, I know it was almost a year ago, Justin. I'm sorry. It's mainly that the hurdle has been just that I'm too lazy when it comes to, for some reason my camera records my little camcorder records different file format than what my editing software can handle. So I need to somehow convert it, and I don't know. I know how. I've just been lazy to do it, and I know Justin just said he will do it for me, but then I don't like giving my raw footage away. Like I want the edited product to be done by me and whatever, and not anyone see that shite. I swore again. Riders296, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate that. And Jordan, Valencia. Is that Valencia? Did I get that right? I love that name too. It's not a great name. I don't know why I love names that begin with V and roll off the tongue nice, like Valencia. I like that. Or like Vasquez, or what was that last one that we had earlier that I just said I liked? He asks, I've been watching your videos the last couple days. Your videos are fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope they are. Use a controller for LSPF on 5M? Yes. So here's my method of using controls in the game. because I'm very particular when it comes to how I control things. Now, one of the problems is I can't drive worth a damn. I'm starting to realize how much I swear when I need to take a drink every now and then. I realize that I'm a terrible driver when I use a keyboard and mouse. This is going back to like Midtown Madness days, where my driving was horrible because I was using a keyboard and mouse. Like it's the WASD in driving. It's just like I can't do it. A keyboard cat is the reason that expression is out there. So I drive with a controller because moving the stick very slowly and slightly gives you better control, and I like that. And same with the triggers for the pedals, because you can accelerate slowly or you can brake gently instead of just hard. So I drive with a controller, but when I'm stepping out of the car to draw my gun on a suspect, I drop the controller in my lap and I switch to keyboard and mouse, because it's the same as letting go of your steering wheel and getting out of the car. You're switching to a different set of skills to maneuver your environment. So so that's what I do. So I drop that when I get out of the car. I hit like Y to get out of the car. I drop the controller, switch to keyboard and mouse, draw my gun, and now I can aim better with my mouse, because I can't aim with the controller. But because I will probably, chances are I will probably not hit my target with a controller, but with a mouse I will definitely hit my target. I'm a better shot with that, because you have it's more sensitive and it's more natural because you're using your whole hand and your arm as opposed to a thumb. So that's part of that dexterity. I don't know how people do controllers only while aiming. I don't know how they do that. Yes. Also, I forgot to mention. I'm sorry. I go subscribe to Irishred. He's in the chat right now, and he has a YouTube channel. He uploads very regularly. He does LSPDFR. He does Minecraft. He does a couple other things that I'm forgetting. He's involved with the Minecraft series that I'm involved with, which I know I haven't recorded with you in quite a while, Irishred, and I do apologize. I know we need to get back to that. Sometimes I get involved in so many different projects that I some fall behind, and it sucks. I hate that. I've always tried to keep like, okay, I'm going to be doing LSPDFR, 5M, and like one or two other projects, and that's it, because otherwise I'm overextending myself, and I always fall off the wagon when it comes to that kind of idea. Do you think the fire truck and ambulance skins are amazing? If you're referring to the ones that were in Rapid Response, yes. And I believe they were. I believe that Trent MU had made them, and I was very impressed with them. I thought they were awesome. We don't have those skins anymore, but they were really cool and they were very unique, and I did enjoy them a lot. Robert Valente, could I get a shout out for my channel? There it is. Go check out Robert Valente. I don't know what you do or anything like that. I'll try to remember to check you out later. Maybe like Justin or Duck can like take down your name there or your channel, and I'll go check it out later. I have no problem doing that. If I remember, like I said, I have so much going on. So if I don't for any reason, I do apologize. I have so much going on. What else we got going on here for names? And your sense of humor is awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. What else we got going on? Jay Mata says, Jay Mata, I like that. Hey, Jay Mata, started watching you a few weeks ago and subscribed to you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I really do. Awesome. Thank you. Like I said, any of you who have subscribed, I really appreciate it. I mean, I don't know where you all came from. Like, I went away on vacation, I came back, and it was like my numbers like quadrupled. I'm like, it was so, like, I was actually, like, because it was funny, because I came home from vacation, I didn't like look at my computer that day when I drove home, because I drove like 5 hours. Drove home, just passed out, and then like the next morning I woke up and I was like, I didn't even have my coffee yet. I'm just sitting there with my coffee, and I get on YouTube and I'm like, oh man, it's a long day yesterday. And I look at my numbers, and I'm like, what? And there's just suddenly like thousands more of you than there were before. It was so bizarre. Like, it took me a minute to actually process that this was actually real. Do I know Polecat? Yes, him and I have talked several times about different things. So yes, I do know him. I'm very familiar. We live in different parts of the country, unfortunately, which sucks because that'd be a guy I'd totally hang out with a lot if I could. Okay, I'm totally gonna pronounce this name wrong, and I apologize. I think it's just Cassie. Is it? Yeah, it's just Cassie. Cassie Lassie. Cassie Lassie. I like that. That's a cool name, Cassie Lassie. I watched your videos with Jordan, and I felt instantly addicted to your videos. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. I'm glad you guys like what I do. I hope you guys continue to like what I do in the future. Someone said that my GTA 5 roleplay stuff has been the best, funniest series ever. The bloopers at the end of always episodes have been worth watching. I love bloopers, and I need to incorporate more. I've always been weirded out by putting bloopers in because I like the immersiveness of the cops are role playing as cops, the civilians are role playing as civilians, and I don't like putting a lot of the out of role play stuff in. But when there's such good moments, you gotta put them in. It's just too funny. Like the one fire video where we went from Rockford Hills firehouse up to Sandy Shores. Before, we all agreed, okay, the patrol's over, we're good. Let's all go up to Sandy Shores, and we didn't even do that for the first couple of minutes. We started having a demolition derby in front of the firehouse between a ladder truck, a couple of sports cars and police cars and stuff, and then we decided to go up to Sandy Shores. It was fun, and I was like, you know what, I gotta put that in there because I want to show these people this is what we're about, stuff like that. What else we got there? How do you know Polecat? So I said earlier, he was the inspiration for me to get onto YouTube and do YouTube stuff. So that's that. And then I remember I emailed him one day, and I asked him some questions. I didn't even really mention that I had a YouTube video. Or YouTube channel. I was just kind of talking about stuff. And then one day he just subscribed to me, and it was one of those things where I got an email saying, Polecat324 just subscribed to you, and I looked at it. And I'm like, huh. Oh, that's cool. So the guy who inspired me to do everything just subscribed to me, and he still subscribed to me. So I'm assuming he watches my content. I haven't talked to him in a while, so I'm not sure if he's keeping up with me because YouTuber schedules are so busy that I can't imagine he watches all of my stuff. I try to watch his stuff, but I've missed a couple things too. It happens because it's so demanding being a YouTuber. So yeah. Hashtag Ford F-150 for LSPD4. Oh, I wish. I know there's a couple models out there. I know they could be better, but I know there's a couple out there that are pretty good. So yeah, because I love the F-150. I've driven one, in real life, and I like the model. I like the features of it. I like the look of it. And I really wish it was a good one in LSPDFR as well. How old am I? I am 28 years old. We need some like what they have in Cedar Rapids. I've never seen Cedar Rapids. Cedar Rapids police cars? Is that what you mean? Or fire trucks? I know we've been all over the spectrum on vehicles now, but let me just go ahead and look that up while I'm talking here. I want to see. I'm looking up Cedar Rapids police. I just want to see what their cars look like, unless you mean something else, which I'll look for. Sheriff for Richard County? Sheriff for Richard County. Cedar Rapids. Richard. That's not how you spell Richard. That's also not how you spell Richard. That's not how you spell county. Let's see that car. Well, I didn't come up with anything except mugshots. Damn. Oh well. Oh, I said it again. I love how somebody from the Rebel Brotherhood is asking me when the next Rebel Brotherhood video is coming out. I don't know. When do you want to record something, Duck? I mean, you're part of the damn group. We should probably do something tomorrow. Actually, it would be actually really cool because I don't have a lot going on tomorrow, so if we all want... I know Stark's away on vacation, but if you and Justin want to get on, we'll do something. I do have a blooper video coming out, which is actually from the helicopter patrol, and a couple other things. I'm putting like a little blooper reel together, and that'll be out tomorrow. Actually, no, that won't be out. I don't have that out yet. Monday is going to be our 4th of July special, which is a little late. Are you married? Nope, not married. And that's all right with me. Maybe one day, but you know what? I don't know. I'll consider it. I gotta be the right person. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get into a whole existential conversation of marriage and soulmates and all this other stuff. That's a different live stream. That's gonna be my new saying from now on. That's a different live stream. Oh yes, Justin. The ending. Okay, so Justin in the chat is referring. Jay Womack is referring in the chat to the fight scene I had with him. It was him I was fighting in that last Rebel Brotherhood video. And what's funny, it ended up with that classic clip where it's like, and that was the moment he knew he fucked up. And the thing about that was, when he knocked me out, my death animation crashed my game. So where you see it freeze after he knocks me out was where it ended. That was how the episode ended. Like, that was how it ended for me. The patrol ended. So I just stuck it there and put in that audio thing, and that was the end of it. And it worked out perfectly, because the two of us, Stark and I, tried to rough up this suspect, and the suspect ended up kicking our asses. So it worked out in the end. It came out as a good ending, so that was a good thing. Duckman, you need to send me that picture, because I did not know you had a picture of that. You probably posted it on our Discord, but I didn't see it. Can we do Sandy Shores Fire Department? Yes, eventually. Why did I swear, Justin? I don't remember. I'm gonna drink anyway, but I must have missed that one. Yeah, I know you guys are posting like hashtag rapid response. I'm not with rapid response anymore. I don't even know if there's still a thing anymore. SAF, otherwise known as San Andreas' Finest, is the community that I'm a part of now. So yeah. Yeah, so what else we got going on? Just give me 1 second right here. There we go. So yeah, if you guys want to ask me any more questions, I would appreciate that. I was thinking about getting on a game, and the problem is with doing that for this live stream is that don't worry about me not doing rapid response anymore. I'm with a community with a lot of the people from rapid response. A lot of the same voices and people that you saw in rapid response are with me in SAF. So you don't have to worry about a lot of things changing. It's just a matter of like we're not currently doing patrols right now because we're setting up some really awesome things that you guys are gonna like. So that's why. So the problem with me doing a game in a live stream is last time I tried to do like Grand Theft Auto, my internet did not work very well. So I was thinking about doing some farm sim tonight, because I know a couple of the guys that I roll with also have it, and I think it might work, but I'm really afraid that my internet is going to just have a canary and it's not going to work. Because I can't do anything graphically advanced like Grand Theft Auto is, because my internet will not enjoy that. Farm sim might be all right, and I can still answer your questions as I'm doing it, but I'm not. I don't know if I'm ready to do it. I might say that for another stream, to be honest with you, because I've already been going for like 2 hours on this live stream. But I'm having so much fun that I don't want to leave you guys. I'm really enjoying this, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier about 2 hours ago about doing I forgot what to say. Oh, sorry. For I was reading your questions. I'm like, duh. No, I know who DOJ is. I'm not applying to them because I'm already part of a roleplay community. I do appreciate what DOJ does, but I won't be joining them, because I'm already part of a community. And I can't dedicate my time to two. And in fact, something that DOJ and SAF have in common, and that we share, is that we don't allow people to be part of 2 communities or more. You have to be dedicated to our community. And DOJ feels the same way. They want you dedicated to their community and not other communities as well. So, and that's something I can appreciate, because if you're part of too many communities and you're going back and forth, or you're patrolling with one more than the other, then what's the point of being in 2? So yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, so I love live streaming. I love doing this. I've only done 2. I've done 1. If you go back far enough, you'll find an LSPDFR live stream of mine. And it was back on my old computer, so it was choppy as hell. And I think I had 100 subscribers at the time. I'm pretty sure that was the number, if not like slightly less. And it was like literally like 3 people watching and commenting. But I want to do more live streams, so I'm thinking of doing, on top of my YouTube stuff, because YouTube's not going away, I'm thinking of also doing Twitch as well, because I like interacting with you guys, and this is pretty cool. So if I, go into Twitch, and whoa, what the hell was that? Everything just went black for a second there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I did. Okay, that just did it again. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, so if I do what was I going to? Yeah, so if I do Twitch, I'll be live streaming, and I'll be doing patrols and other games as well. I've been getting into Squad, thanks to Stark. I've been getting into Squad, and I love it. It is the first combat game that I actually really enjoy the mechanics of. So that's something I'll be definitely looking to. Like, I liked Rainbow Six Siege as well, but like, I think my time has come and gone for doing that on YouTube, because it's been done so much, and it's been out there for a while. Squad is a little more, I wouldn't say recent, but why is everyone telling me to drink? Have I been swearing and just not noticing? Like, Duckman said it, and I don't understand. So yeah, so I'll be posting stuff about Squad at some point. I'll post an actual video, like, telling you, like, hey, here's my live stream stuff, and I'm going to try to come up with a schedule and stuff like that. But yeah, so there's that. All right, I'll take a goddamn sip. Oh, see, now I earned it. All right, so now I'm going to finish it, because I apparently sworn so much in the last couple minutes I don't even know. I'm just going to finish the damn thing. All you're all contributing to is that I'm going to have to get up and use the bathroom in a minute, and that means putting you guys on hold. So you're just working yourselves towards another overlay that I've made that you guys haven't seen yet, because I'm going to have to get up in a minute. So just putting that out there. It's empty, all right? I'm going to refill that in a minute, but we'll get there. So yeah, I've been looking at Twitch, and I'm like, man, I gotta get into Twitch, because I love interacting like you guys do. No, Irish, I know you didn't tell me to take a drink, but everyone's mentioning it, so like, it's like I'm compelled to have a drink now. Yeah, so am I the creator of San Andreas' Finest? It was a group effort, so I cannot take any kind of credit, in my opinion, for that. And like I've said before, Stark, welcome back. I love it. Hello. Now we've got the whole Rebel Brotherhood here. We got Duckman, Justin, and Stark all here. It's all of them. Hang on a second. I'm going to make you a moderator, my friend, since you should be a moderator as well. There it is. So yeah. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I think this is where I left off just a second ago, literally a second ago. I have the worst memory. It has nothing to do with me taking drinks. I just cannot remember shit for the worth. I don't have a drink. I owe you guys one, all right? I owe you part of that drinking game. But yeah, so I love Twitch because I can interact with people as I'm playing a game. Like, I can watch the chat and be like, oh, hey, so and so just subscribed, or hey, so and so just said this, whatever. Like, I can answer questions and stuff. I love doing that, and I want to do more of that, because I love making, like, recording and putting out, like, recorded and edited videos for you guys. But I really would love to interact with you guys more, because this is a community. And I'm not talking about SAF or TRB. I'm talking about this YouTube channel. This is a community, and I love interacting with you guys, my subscribers. And the thing is, like, ever since YouTube's changed the algorithms and stuff, I don't know what it is, but like, I used to get a lot more comments on my videos, and then it dropped away. But now that there's like almost 7,000 of you guys, there's a lot more comments. But I used to be able to keep up with them. Now I definitely cannot keep up with them at all. Like, I'll try to, but I like this because I can talk to you guys, one on 7,000. Like, I can do that. So that's the cool thing. Yes, hashtag One Ocean Moose. Justin keeps bringing that up, and a couple other people have to as well. One Ocean Moose is this fella right here. He is a moose with magnets for hands, and he has been on my microphone since I started YouTube. So I'm going to try and... Can I finagle him to be like... right there? There we go. There it is. Oh, so yeah, Trooper Stark's here. Trooper Stark is a part of the Rebel Brotherhood and also SAF. Along with Duckman and Justin, or J Womack Games there. I keep calling him Justin, but it says J Womack on his thing there. So all three of those people, go subscribe to them, like right now. Go. The links are literally below in the description right here. Go subscribe to them. They make awesome videos just like myself. Stark is responsible for getting me into squad, which we need to do more of. And again, you weren't here just now when Justin and Duck and I were talking about it, but we need to do some recording tomorrow with the Rebel Brotherhood, and I would really enjoy doing either GTA 5 or Squad, because both those games are just so much fun. I would love to do that. And Irish, I think you're still here. I hope you are at least. We need to do more Minecraft as well. So there's that. Cassie Lassie, thank you for subscribing to Stark. I appreciate that, as well as Fat Mouse to everyone else, and including Stark. Tyler, thank you for subscribing to me. Please, again, like I said, go subscribe to the other guys. They're there. Stark, Justin, and Duckman are all in the description below. So I'm not going to do a game tonight just because I'm concerned that it might not work. I will save that for a totally different stream where I'll just I'm not ready to schedule it. I'm just going to start streaming and I'm going to see if it works. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm not sure my internet can handle PC games and stuff, the graphic stuff. Because last time I tried it, my internet did not like it. I might have to go to my service provider and be like, look, I'm going to be a live streamer. I need to have better internet, and see what happens. Because right now I don't think I have the internet for it, but I'll see what happens. I love your paramedic vids. You should try Civilian Madness. I don't know what Civilian Madness is. Don't know is that a game, or is that... I don't quite know what that is, to be honest with you. I don't know if you're referring to like 5M and GTA 5 and LSP4, whatever it is. Any of those three, they're all really together. But yeah, not sure what that is. But yep. So as I was saying, it is a Q&A. So please go ahead and ask me any questions you want to ask Justin, Duckman, or Stark. Sorry. Questions, you can do that as well here. But actually, because you guys have been making me do this driving game. Okay, I swear, I'm actually... Here's the funny, legit part to this. And Stark just asked me that question. How many drinks have I had? I've only had 2 ciders, and I'm Irish and Scottish, and not only that, but my physique, 2 doesn't do anything to me. I guess maybe it does a little bit with my speech pattern, but it doesn't affect me in any other way. 10 apple juices. Yes. No. That's not how many. But, I'm not that, I haven't had that many. Chat just disconnected for no reason, then reconnected. I don't know what that was about. It's gotta be my internet, I guess. How old is Stark? I don't know, Stark. You want to answer that question? I don't know. I actually don't know. 24. There it is. Okay, cool. He's younger than I am. But yeah, since you guys have had me doing this drinking game, I need to do two things. One, refill that drink because I have one more cider left. And unfortunately, I'm out of the microbrewery vanilla ciders that I had. Now I'm down to Angry Orchard. And of course, this is not a ad for Angry Orchard. I'm just saying that's one of the more normal brands that people drink these days and one of the more common ones. That's what I'm drinking right now. But I have to refill it with that. And also, I gotta pee because you guys have been making me do this damn... That's two now that I owe you. Drinking games. Now I need to go use the facilities. So if you guys want to hang out for just a second, talk amongst yourselves. You know, Stark, Duckman, and Justin will answer some questions and stuff, and I will be right back. And you guys get to check out this awesome overlay that I made just for this. So I'll be right back, guys.
Call the doctor. Broken glass. Crackling linoleum. Little red splash. It wasn't supposed to go like this. The real reason you left me here. Kill off all your last years. You keep on running. You're something. Keep on
But you guys weren't expecting that. I'm back. I've refilled. This is a much darker version. Okay. For the record, I did not pee into this glass, and then this glass is then going to be ingested by me. No. Two separate things happened. I went that way to the bathroom and deposited over there, and this is hard cider. This is not what you think it is because it looks like it. Now that I've put that image in your head, enjoy me watching and me drink it. It's good. So, yeah. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. So where are we? So I'm gonna push this to like a 3-hour stream. We've been doing 2 hours and 23 minutes. I'm gonna push it to 3, and then I'm out of here. Fortunately, I don't have to work tomorrow. Damn, Toro, you're still here? I haven't heard you in a while, so I didn't know if you were still here. Actually, I would love to know, Termuthis, are you here? I don't know if you're under a different username, but if you are here, I would love that so much. She has been my friend for close to, I want to say 15 years at this point. I'd have to do the actual math, but my longest running friend, and definitely, you know, it's just basically my sister at this point. So, ask me some questions. You know, let's go from there. Let's have some conversations. Just keep off the heavy stuff. That's all. But oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Dominic, I know you posted that question like 50 times already in the chat about the F-150 SVT Raptor. Yes, I love the Raptor. I keep meaning to answer your question, and I kept like getting like distracted. Yes, I love the Raptor. When it first came out, it was interesting the way they advertised it, and then looking up the the specs on everything was they really Ford made a vehicle that you could take off-roading and really didn't have to do any modification to it. Like you buy a Jeep, and yeah, Jeeps are pretty decent at off-roading, but they come with like some pretty standard street tires, and especially ones today. Like my '99 Jeep that I have, I put a lift kit on it and off-road tires, but like you still had to do a little bit of modifying to Jeeps and stuff. And especially today's Jeeps. Today's Jeeps don't come with like a decent off-road package that I know of. Like they're really street-based, and then you have to really do the modifying to yourself and buy accessories and buy things like that. And the Raptor kind of came with like a decent like off-road package, and I've watched some of the review videos on YouTube of people like just taking out a stock Raptor and going out into like the deserts or on off-road trails and stuff. And this thing's a beast. And I know a guy who actually has one. I've been meaning to go with a drive with him sometime. I'll go with my Subaru Crosstrek, which is really good at off-roading as well. But stock, not modified, stock. My next Crosstrek, when I get another one, because I'm a little late in the game with the mileage to go modding this thing now, but when I get another one, because I'm definitely planning on getting another Crosstrek, I'm going to mod it for like a lift kit and a front bumper deletion and off-road tires, and then that thing will be a beast. Because I've followed some people on Instagram, and I've watched some videos of people with these modified Crosstreks, and I would love to do what they do, because those things are absolute monsters. But yes, the Ford Raptor, I do love it. I would love to have one, a really good one in Grand Theft Auto 5, because there's a very old one out there, which is actually ironically one of my more popular videos on my channel of using the old Raptor before ELS, like at the beginning of my YouTube career. That's a decent one, but there is a newer one which I've checked out, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. I should probably just download it and use it and see if I like it, and then I'll use it in a patrol. But yeah, I love the Raptor. I really do. Do I have any pets? Says Robert Valente. That's the name I meant to say. There's Valente and Valencia. There's my two favorite names, like back to back in the chat. I love that. Yes, I have two Jack Russells, actually. One is 16 years old. She's senile, blind, and mostly deaf, but she's a great dog. Her name is Guinevere. And then I have my younger puppy who's 2.5 now. His name is Haggis. Yes, just like the Scottish food. But I love the name Haggis because I'm half Scottish and half Irish, but the Scottish side of me was like, it's a cool name, because when you yell his name from across the yard, you can't help but have a Scottish accent. That's the really cool part of that. Have you been in a Are you trying to say accident? No, I've never been in an accident before, thankfully. Actually, I've been in one, but it was a car versus deer. It wasn't that bad. But no, I've never been in a car accident, which I've been very fortunate about. Knock on wood. There we go. I knocked on some wood. Oh, where did I get the name 1 Ocean 10? Okay, I'll answer it real quick again. If you go back earlier in this video when it's archived, you'll see. But 1 Ocean 10 was the name I chose because in LSPDFR you could program the automated dispatch to say whatever call sign you wanted. So I chose 1 Ocean 10. So when you watch LSPDFR, the dispatch will say 1 Ocean 10 to me. So that's where I chose it. I decided it was a good name that would stick, basically. Oh, Cassie, you had a service cat. It was taken from me. Oh, I'm sorry. I know service animals are very important when it comes to mental health and struggles where a service animal is required. I take that very seriously, and I'm happy when people can have their service animals. And I don't understand why people get their service animals removed sometimes. I don't understand that. I hate when people give them flack, like, you go into a Walmart with a dog and like, I want to pet your dog or whatever it is, and people give them a hard time. I hate that. It's a service dog. Yes, it's a life, but at the same time, it's there for a purpose. It's for people with anxiety or people who have epilepsy who need that warning beforehand, stuff like that. It's a thing that shouldn't be messed with because that animal was trained specifically to help somebody. And no one should distract that animal from doing so because it could harm the person who that animal is helping. And just because it's a service animal does not mean it's not receiving any kind of love. It's yes, the service animal is a tool in a way, but you have to remember that the person that has that service animal, service dog, service cat, whatever it is, they still love that animal. And that animal is their friend and their partner and more often than not, a member of their family. And it's very important to remember that just because it looks like it's being treated as a tool, that animal is receiving love from the person who that animal is in turn helping. And that's a really important thing I think people need to remember. So I got really passionate about that subject because I've for a lot of reasons, not for me personally, but for a lot of reasons, feel passionate about that. And the same goes for canines in police departments because there is a bond between officer and canine. And as Stark brought up, canine in the USMC and the Marine, there's always a bond. That person is as much your partner as a fellow police officer partner riding in the vehicle is with you, or a fellow Marine is with you. That just because it has walks on 4 instead of 2 doesn't mean it's any less important. So there's my opinion on 2 different subjects there that you but see so you're in a shelter and it was taken because it's not allowed. See, that's the thing. Like I believe that with service animals there needs to be more. Because right now, with service animals, there is no paperwork that you would have with you claiming that you have a service animal. In fact, I believe the laws state, if I remember correctly, the laws state that no business or person may ask if the animal is a service animal or if there is paperwork for that service animal. They may not ask for it, including businesses. So for a shelter to deny a service animal inside their shelter, I'm not sure what the legalities are of that, if they can do that or not. Okay, why does my screen keep doing that? It's a shame because I think people should be allowed to have their service animals, with them at all times because they're important. I don't know why you have a service animal, and I don't need to know why. That's your own personal business. I don't need to know, and I would appreciate you keeping it to yourself because I don't think it needs to be on the internet or anything like that. But you have it for a reason, and if it's for anxiety or something like that, that's, that's it's important, and you shouldn't be separated from it because that's just creating more of a problem for you, and in turn could cause a problem for the shelter because if it's for anxiety or for whatever reason that you have a service dog and because you don't, or service cat, I'm sorry, and you don't have that service animal with you, and because you don't have it with you, it creates an issue, then they have to deal with that issue, and then they're going to get frustrated with you because of that issue. It makes no sense. So, depression kitty. See, that's exactly it. So, you know what? Me, I don't suffer from like clinical depression or anything like that. I do get depressed, sometimes very, very deeply. But I know people, especially some people who are very close to me, who do and who deal with anxiety and things like that. And I understand how important a service animal could be for them. And I'm very passionate about it. And as someone who's like me, who is so sensitive to other people's problems, that I wish they could feel better. And whatever tools they need and whatever they need to feel better, I want them to have it. So I really feel for you when you say things like that because it's, I want you to have your kitty back. And I hope that I hope that you can resolve that. I hope that it can work. But you know what? Just keep in mind that while things don't look really good right now, and you know, it's a complication and a hurdle that you're facing, having your kitty removed from your side. It will get better, and you just have to be patient, which I know is hard, but it'll work out in the end. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I know I got really deep there, but when I hear things like that, I kind of need to say my piece on that. So, but like I said, I hope things get better for you. So, I'm sorry she's been adopted out. That's, but like I said, it's just things will get better, and it comes and goes in waves. There will always be good and bad, and it goes up and down. You know, I know that, and you know, it'll change. It will, and you know, it's life sucks. That's all I can say. But you know what? There's so many good things out there, and I really hope you get to see them all, because there are so many nice things out there and so many good things out there. Am I a volunteer firefighter? I always will consider myself being a firefighter, even though I'm not currently active as a firefighter. But yes, I was for 7 years, and I in my heart, I am still a firefighter. That's what I like to say, actually. So the quack got the quack. Sorry, Duck, I wasn't talking to you. The chat got real quiet there. So if you guys want to ask me some questions, please do. I would love to answer some more questions. I got like less than 30 minutes left before I'm going to call the quits on this. But you know, I would love to continue conversation with you guys, stuff like that. I'm going to take a minute to wet my whistle. My whistle. Jackson Kaggle, I almost said cable. Kaggle. An explorer, cool. Police or fire? Either way, really cool. Glad you're doing that. I wish my state had more more explorer systems, but we just have a thing. If you're going to be a volunteer firefighter, you have to be 16 years old, and then you're not like an official member until 18. But so that's kind of like an explorer program, but not really. So. Yeah, Duck, YouTube chat is messing up. I keep seeing disconnection and connection notices, so I don't know what that's about, but that's fine. It is what it is. Oh, good question. Typical Tyler. Love that name. In your department for fire, do you have one blue light? If not, what else? Okay, so unless they've changed it recently, New York State has a very old law, which is a pain in the arse. That's not technical. Well, I guess it is. I'm going to take a sip. They have a law in New York State. You may only, I'm quoting sort of. You may only have one forward-facing blue light or 360-degree blue light. It has to be one though, just one light, and it cannot exceed 60 candle power. Now, 60 candle power is the like lumens of a light. Of how bright it is. 60 lumens, not very bright. We're talking like 1980s rotator light that you see like cops like throw on the dash before they go into pursuit. That's what I'm talking about. So in recent years, a lot of volunteer firefighters have been ignoring that because LED technology, is more prominent and also cheaper nowadays. The people have those. So a lot of people, like, they'll stick to the one blue LED. Some people will just like go beyond that and have like lights all over their car. I mean, look, I'm guilty when I had my Chevy Impala of having, if you're familiar with brands and lights and everything, I had 2 dual Avengers in my windshield of my Impala. I had a Whelen Dominator 4 D4 on the push bumper. I had 2 Whelen I don't know what they were, not D2s. They were their single like tier lights, the TER lights, on the side windows in the rear, and then I had a traffic advisor in the back and 2 additional blue lights next to the traffic advisor. Because I used my personal vehicle, my retired sheriff Impala, a lot during calls. So, because I was an officer with my department, so I didn't go to the firehouse and hop on a rig. I took my personal vehicle to the scene directly. So I felt that I needed more protection with lighting. So that's why I did that. So, yeah. So that's that. Meanwhile, Stark is having a conversation in the chat with somebody else. That's fine. Go for it, man. Tyler asks, don't you get jealous when you see a POV vehicle responding with red lights and sirens? So, funny thing is, at the time, my father was a chief, and I actually got the role with him, shotgun. So he had red lights and siren because he had a chief's vehicle, and I would more often than not run the siren while he was working the radio and driving. So there was that, and because I was a officer in my department at the time, there was certain apparatus and vehicles that were available to me that were, official vehicles of the department that I could also use that were red lights and sirens. So there was that, but I didn't really mind not having a siren in my personal vehicle. Like it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a deal breaker for me. Traffic might not have heard me, and quite honestly, siren or not, no matter how many lights you have, you'll always have people who just don't yield to you because they're either distracted or just don't care. So I don't know what the hell is going on there. Justin asks, but Jordan Valencia asks, Ocean, what made you guys start doing TRB, RR, and OOT? Well, OOT is me, One Ocean 10. My inspiration was seeing seeing Polecat and Code Zero doing videos, and I thought, hey, that would be a cool thing to do. It looked right up my alley. Like, I love police simulator stuff, and it was never quite a game out there that really did it for me. And these mods for GTA 5 were perfect. Then there was what started doing Rebel Brotherhood. So Rebel Brotherhood was birthed out of when we couldn't get enough people together in our roleplay communities to do patrols. We decided to branch off a little bit and do our own personal videos, and also branch away from the very strict rules that we have in our community, which I believe in entirely that we should have, and I love using them and love implementing them, but the Rebel Brotherhood or TRB was more of like a lighthearted, police thing. Like, the criminals and the police could be a little more like a little more jokes involved, a little more, like unlegit stuff going on. So it was more of a fun thing that we could get into, and it was something that the 4 of us could do, outside of the community. And then obviously, what we're doing now with the community with SAF is more of the stricter, like, okay, we have legit like traffic laws that we have to abide by, protocols as cops. Civilians have protocols because you can't just have a civilian just running around with an RPG down the street, because that's not legit. So we have like rules that the civilians have to follow, but they're not really that restrictive. They just keep you legit and keep you, maintaining fun, and stuff like that. Lack of a better term. Yeah. So yeah, Tyler. So going back to the blue lights. So there's a science behind it. A lot of states you'll see police with blue lights only, because blue on the color spectrum is a light that travels further. So say you have the same light. Let's say it's like one of those classic 60 candle power 60 candle power teardrop light. If you don't know what a teardrop light is, look up teardrop light, you'll know. It's like that was the most common light used in the 90s and early 2000s before LED technology became cheaper. I used to have one. So say you had a red one and a blue one, and you put them next to each other, and then you traveled away from those lights, and you measured the brightness because of the brightness with the distance that you were traveling away from it. Blue light always travels further because it's lower on the spectrum, so it travels further. There's a whole science behind it. So a lot of states you'll see blue as police lights, used specifically by police and then not used by firefighters or any other service, because blue travels further. And also, it's more unique on the road because red lights you see on the back of every single car because that's what taillights are colored. So New York State was a unique thing because the evolution of emergency lights in New York State was police here use exclusive. Well, okay, I'm going to go earlier back in the timeline. Back in the day, without saying a specific date, police used only red lights. They were only allowed red lights on their vehicle, front and rear facing. Fire departments were only allowed blue. EMS used green lights, and they still only use green lights. So they did a study, and they found that a lot of drunk drivers were rear-ending police vehicles because they would see these red flashing lights and think they were taillights. So when they were driving down the road all drunk and stuff, they thought that was just another car in front of them. So they would line up their car with those red lights, and they would end up rear-ending a police car that was stopped on the side of the road, thinking that it was a moving vehicle and that those red lights were taillights. So they implemented a new thing where they started putting just one amber light on the driver's side of the vehicle, so it looked like a turn signal turning to the left. So when a drunk person or anyone just distracted or just a terrible driver would see that, they think, oh, that car is getting into a left lane, I should move over more to the left because I'm coming up on them. So that was like a little clever little like illusion trick that New York State kind of came up with. Then they figured out that wasn't enough either. So years later, they implemented that police vehicles could have well, it started out as only having one amber and one blue rear-facing light. Blue could not be forward-facing on any police vehicle. It could only be rear light. So they implemented that. So now you have blue and amber and red all in the rear and then all red in the front. Now a lot of departments have put a lot more blue in the back. They've mixed like an equal combination of red, blue, and amber in the back. Sometimes just deleting amber altogether and going blue. And I've seen a lot more departments now as well going with blue and red in the front, which I'm not sure if they've changed the laws or anything yet in New York State, but I've noticed that. But people always argue over lights, like when I used to upload fire department videos, which I don't have anymore, of my actual dash cam when I was responding to calls. People would always argue like, oh, well, your car's illegal. You have blue lights. You can't have that. I'm like, dude, I'm from New York. Whatever state you're from, you're not allowed to have blue lights as a firefighter. I am. Every state is different. There used to be a state, I don't know which state it was. It might have been Georgia. I don't know. There was a state in the United States where state police used purple and green as their state police lights. And it was only for a short time, and then they got switched out to either like blue or red or both, whatever it is. But that was a short-lived thing. But like every state is different, and it was an argument I was so tired of arguing with people. It was ridiculous how often that came into play. Cody, I'm not doing any gameplay tonight. I will be in future live streams. I have to make sure my internet can handle game graphics. I'm actually shocked right now that this computer is handling my actual like the camera in fluid movements of my camera, which I'm really surprised about. Seeing what else we got going on in the chat, because I went talking for a while there. See what's going on. Yeah, my fire apparatus also has, just reading your comment there, my fire apparatus also have red lights on them because official emergency vehicles have red lights. Volunteer personal vehicles, otherwise known as POVs, personally operated vehicles, have blue lights, and EMS POVs have green lights. And we're allowed use of amber lights in the back and stuff like that. But we're not allowed to use red unless we're a chief. So. So what else we got going on for questions while I have another swig here? Jordan, thank you for signing up to SAF. Give us a little time to process all the applications that have come in recently. There's been quite a few of them, but give us some time. We'll get to you. Stuff like that. I don't do any interviews personally, but yeah, they'll get you. Yes, I am from New York State, born and raised. Long Island, not bad. I've never been to Long Island myself, but I know friends. I have friends in Long Island, so, but I've never been there myself. I've been close to it. I've been like right up to it, but I've never actually been to Long Island itself. What rank am I? If you're referring to my real life or in SAF, I'll answer both. When I was active in the fire department, I was a first lieutenant. And so the ranks in my system went second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain, and then you went to safety officer, second assistant chief, first assistant chief, and then chief. Those were primarily the main officers. So I got the first assistant. In SAF, I am a major with the state police, but that's in SAF. The rules on role play for dispatchers, that will be for SAF. You'll be trained in that, so that you know what you're doing. There are dispatchers who can help you with that and be trained. Best thing you can do, of course, in SAF is read the rules that we have posted, and then from there, they do apply to dispatchers as much as they do officers and civilians, and then go from there. I am from what's considered upstate New York, which is just the state of New York, which all of us here in the countryside of New York just call New York. And then there's the city of New York, which I don't live in New York City. So there. So yeah, I would probably never live in the city. I don't know. I would probably work in the city, but I would probably never live there. So yeah. Womack's question. What are you talking about? Womack's question. Hang on a second. Oh, what does the stuff on my wall behind me say? I was waiting for somebody to ask that, and no one ever did. So, sorry, reversed. Hogwarts, obviously, Harry Potter. That's the thing. That is a legit wooden wand with a quartz crystal tip in it. That is a wand. That's, hey, look, I'm a nerd. This wall's only going to get nerdier as we go, so let's just accept the fact that I have a legit wand over there. This is the pendant of the School of the Wolf from The Witcher, because I love the Witcher series, I love the book series, and I love, of course, the game series. I was reading the books before they were even a game, so that's just how much of a nerd I am. This, of course, is from Doctor Who, which is my favorite TV series of all time, so that is why I have that. This is just a sword. That's just a sword. Engine Company number 9, not actually the engine company I was a part of. That's just a tin sign I found at an antique store, and I don't know, I got it, but it's not like anything that has to do with my legit departments. And of course, the favorite piece I have, I'm going to say that for last, actually. Hang on, I'm pointing the wrong way. This was made by a former friend of mine, and I still have it because it has a very important message on it. And it's ironic now, considering that friend wasn't actually a friend of mine at all. But it says, blood makes you related, loyalty makes you family. And that is to say that, you know what, your blood relatives might not always be loyal to you. You might not always be close to them, and vice versa. But there are people that are your chosen family, your friends, the people that have your back and you have theirs. They might not be blood related, but you have that loyalty among yourselves that you are family. That's what that means. A shamrock, not really a shamrock. It's actually just 3 leaves, but that's because I'm Irish, so that's one thing. I'm also Scottish, but I don't have a representation of that up on here at all. A comm badge from Star Trek, because I'm a sci-fi nerd, and that is the one from specifically from Voyager, which then that was the one that also made it into the later post Next Generation Star Trek. So that's that. And Service Dog, that's a patch I actually have on my hydration pack as well, that I carry with me when I'm camping or running or anything else where I need to have water on me. Because let's face it, I am a service dog. You guys don't know me in real life, but I would do anything for anyone. So I am people's service dog when I need to be, especially for my friends. That's just my nature. And then my crowning jewel, my favorite piece on my wall, a replica of Majora's Mask, which is one of my original Nintendo 64 games that I fell in love with. And the mask means so much to me that I found somebody who could make a replica of it, and I got it. And it's a wearable mask. I can wear it. It's really cool. But it was a mask that defined my childhood, and it's such a cool looking mask. Like, Nintendo did a good job designing that, and it's just so tribal and spooky and scary looking. I had to have that. So I found somebody who made it, and it cost me a small fortune, but I had to do it. So, yes, my firehouse has a name, but I'm not going to tell you. And I see I got another Doctor Who lover in the house. I'm very happy about that. I love Doctor Who. I've watched from, of course, Christopher Eccleston all the way up to the recent series and stuff. But I've also watched a lot of the old ones that most people are just like, oh, this is so old. It's from like decades ago. Why would I ever watch this? It's horrible. I love those shows. What is missing from my wall, Justin? I don't know what the hell is missing from my wall. I don't know. Meet and greets in the near future. I thought about it. I was waiting to have more subscribers because, a couple of people have mentioned they're from New York. That's great. But, if I do a meet and greet now, it's like, wow, 4 people are going to show up. Ooh. If one day I should have, and this is something I said in my original live stream, my first one ever, is that if I ever have more subscribers one day, where I'm in the hundreds of thousands, which I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but I would totally do meet and greets at some point. That would be awesome. And of course, the TRB will do a meet and greet, but that's just amongst ourselves. God damn it! I mean, that's cool too. A firefighter helmet on my wall. Actually, I have one. I just have to take the logos and the department name off it, so that way it's not on there. But I'm literally staring at one across the room. That's my old helmet that I need to put on the wall. But I don't want to put too much on the wall. I want it to be not too busy. That's distracting from my face cam, because I know there's a study about you shouldn't put too much on your wall if you don't want to distract people, stuff like that. You should, have some stuff. I was actually hesitant about putting all this up there, but I'm I need to show something that's mine. So, let's see. I'm going to just go through some of the questions here, because we are coming up on 3 hours now. So, I definitely want to... Okay, Justin, you said there's something near my... You said there's something in my vacation vid. You said there was something... Oh, yes, I know what it was. I have I have a custom wizard staff, too. And it's actually over there. But it was where these two tacks are. It was holding it up. And I totally took it to go hiking one day and never put it back. That's what it was. So, do you know any of Putnam County? I know of Putnam County. I'm not sure if I've ever been there before. I might have been there on business one day, but I don't make it towards Putnam that often. But I am aware of it. I think I've been there once. Okay. Stark asked me to explain why we don't have fire and EMS, because I know, again, like I said earlier, way earlier in this what is this? A stream? I almost said vlog. We don't have a fire department in EMS right now because we did back in rapid response. And see, it's funny the way videos get uploaded to YouTube, and like it's snapshots of what we actually have in real time with the clan. Like things move faster with the roleplay communities and slower with the videos that actually get uploaded. So what you guys are seeing are snapshots of what is happening in real time. So we had a fire department. We dissolved it so that because we were having issues with not having enough civilians on the server at the time and enough cops on at the time. So we had to keep pulling people from the fire department. So we decided, all right, and besides we were having more fun with the police department and stuff than we were the fire department, which now I'm missing the fire department. So we dissolved the fire department in EMS. But so we don't have it right now, but now that we're having such a large influx of new members coming in, we are in discussions and in discussions only of reopening a fire department. But again, that's not anything that's very recently going to happen. It's just something that, you know, we're looking into. Because for me personally, I see that those are some of my more popular videos right now out of nowhere. And I think that's where most of you guys are coming from and subscribing to. And I really enjoyed those videos, and I enjoyed making them, and it was so much fun doing the fire department. But so yes, there are discussions of it in the future. So yeah, so Stark wanted me to ask that or answer that because I know he's getting those questions. I'm getting those questions like every day, so we are considering it. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are understanding in the chat too. That's really cool. And I saw another question real quick. FireScript. Okay, FireScript is exclusive to the people who made those scripts who are part of those communities. So it's not a public script yet, those FireScripts. So hopefully those will be available one day because I would love to actually fight fires with a fire department in GTA 5 instead of just responding to EMS calls and car accidents because it's a fire department. We should be able to respond to fires. So I'm hoping one day we can have a fire script of our own, but right now we do not because that's just the reality of it. Scripters who make these scripts are sometimes part of communities, and they exclusively release those scripts to those communities, and other communities don't have access to them. So it's just the way things are here. But so anyway, I'm going to let you guys have some closing statements because I am going to wrap this up. We're now at like 3 hours and 2 minutes now that the stream has been going on. So if you guys want to, like, instead of asking questions, like, give me a couple statements that you guys want to say to me directly, or to anyone from SAF or TRB since they're here, you know, go ahead and do that. Caden, you got some of my DMs here. Hang on a second. Holy shit, I got a lot of them. Ah, damn it, I just drank. I mean, I just swore, so I got to drink. Oh, okay, Caden. I just read that. Can I say that publicly, or is it something I should not say, and let that be something we need to work out and discuss later? Because, I was not aware of that. Tyler, if you want to be a civilian in our game, in our community, go to the link below for our, in the description of this video, there's a link to our community. You can go there, apply. There's an application you got to apply, and it will get to you. There's going to be a slight delay on getting to you, only because there's so many applications that have come through recently. But, yeah, so there's that. I have, like, messages all over the place here. I'm just waiting for Caden to say something. There's a delay between my video and the chat, so I'm sure he's going to answer me, and I'm going to be talking about waiting for him to answer me. But that's the thing. So yeah. Okay. Just double checking my messages that I've been getting. Holy shit. Damn it. That's 2 now. Okay. You happy? This is a good way to make me stop swearing in my videos. Okay, I'm permitted to say this since it's being asked, but We are testing a fire script. Now, I'm really excited about that because this is the first time I'm hearing about this. We are testing a fire script. So, okay, that's cool. I like it. I'm actually excited for that because that changes a lot of my perspectives on having a fire department and stuff like that. So, yeah. Tyler says I should, instead of drinking, I should slap myself in the face every time I swear. That's just more painful. I mean, drinking is more fun to me. But I guess you're right. It's not really a punishment if I'm drinking every time I swear. It's just more of an awareness thing, like, because I've been trying to cut down on swearing. So that my videos are, like, I'm not trying to be family friendly or anything like that because I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, for crying out loud. But, like, trying to get, away from that. So, yeah. Ooh. And I actually just got sent a photo of said fire script, and I'm actually impressed by that. I'm gonna be asking you more details on this later because I'm really curious as to how this works and everything, because that looks really good from that photo I just got sent on the fire script. So I'm impressed with that. So yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys. It's been so much fun live stream with you guys. I've missed doing this. I've only done one live stream before this, and I love interacting with you guys because this is a community. My channel is not about me. That has always been a big thing I've always said. This channel is about us. It's you guys and me. We're all here as a community. I'm just the guy who makes the videos. But it's you guys who watch it, and it's a relationship the two of us have that is important. Because I wouldn't be making videos if you guys weren't watching them, and if I wasn't making videos, you guys wouldn't be watching them. So this is a big thing. So we're all here together. So yeah. So. Thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. It's been so much fun interacting with you, answering your questions, anything like that. If you're tuning in late and you've missed a whole bunch of this, it's been going on for 3 hours. This will be put on my channel later, so you guys can watch it if you've missed anything. But yeah, thank you guys for all your questions, and thank you for subscribing. The almost 7,000 of you that have subscribed at this point since I was away on vacation, which is amazing to me, and I hope it just keeps going up and we add more to our family here. I really cannot wait. So and like I said, go subscribe to Trooper Stark, Duckman Gaming, Womack Gaming. Womack Games, and Irishred, and anyone else. Actually, Caden has one too, if I may promote his Tic Tac Gaming channel. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. You're going to have to search it, though, because I don't have a link for it. But anyone else from our family, go subscribe to their channels. They deserve as much love, if not more, than my channel, and more love than I do. So please go do that. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And yeah, so thank you, and have a great night.